up, y'all? Kofi Kingston here, and I would love to have a drink with Wrestling on the Rocks, depending on what that drink is, preferably non-alcoholic, you know?
How's it going, Healthy Warrior Game?
Soda.
I would love to have a drink with Wrestling on the Rocks.
Maple syrup.
Fella.
I would never have a drink with Wrestling on the Rocks.
Hello. Welcome to... If you can unmute yourself, Bishop. I tried to mute you and now it won't let me unmute you. This is Wrestling on the Rocks. If you're new to the show, take a drink for technical difficulties. It's episode 1. Don't worry, just a buyback. We're doing an old drink along, me and Bishop from TWTakesPodcast. TWTPodcast. What's their site? How's it go?
TWTakesPodcast, TWTakesPodcast.com/TWTs. Is that what you're trying to get to?
That's the one. Get your shirts. Get your shirts.
Hey.
All
Rocking
right.
the Halloween orange. We
Yep.
got blue, we got red, we got orange, pink, white, all that good stuff. I saw you join the Pink World Order today. Another video came out a while ago. I appreciate you doing that in style.
Yeah, they're like, do you have a pink shirt? And I was like, do I ever? I'm trying to get
Yeah,
the chat
should be a decent pay-per-view. I'm excited.
I'm actually pretty stoked about this one. So one of the conversations I've been seeing happening a lot is, do we believe there's any possibility that any titles change hands tonight? And I think there is a reasonable doubt in every title match.
The problem is did they sow enough doubt to be able to live up to what could happen, right? If the Demon takes Roman all the way to the edge, but Roman pulls it out, is that enough to overshadow the Demon getting his first loss? I think that's where my brain is trying to wrap my head around the seeds of doubt in this.
Yeah, I think that a lot of damage could be done to... Well, I don't know, man. I don't know. We think about all the different massive losses that have happened with people and thought, well, that's it. I mean, people said that about Kofi, that his career was fucking ruined, that he's buried when he lost to Brock Lesnar. Not that he was in the same ominous realm as the Demon. But even Becky beating Bianca in 26 seconds, people say, well, that's it. They're done with Bianca. And look where they're at now.
She's more over than ever.
Oh, yeah. Jeremy in time in the chat. What's up, guys? Excited for the show. And, of course, the watch along, our drink along right here on WrestlingOnTheRocks.com.
Oh, check it out. I just saw the graphic. NXT.
You like my graphic?
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it because I think me and you are the only two that like NXT 2.0.
Well, I love NXT 2.0, but I was trying to go along the lines of what they're doing here with their Extreme Rules with the glitches. But I was also trying to keep our stuff in there, and so it kind of made for an interesting little thing. Justin Time says, cheers to 2/3 of the Triforce of our side of the IWC. Welcome to the dive bar of the IWC.
Hell yeah.
Where we convene, we drink, we complain, and we regale on what we love. And we all
the End Time Brothers. The End Time Brothers have showed up.
Yeah. The End Timers.
Yeah. I had to force Jeremy to change his name. I know it messed you up for a little bit. And it's easy to change the color in your name. You go to the title belt down by send message.
Oh, yeah?
And then you just pick a color. Scroll down, pick a color. It's not that hard.
Well,
Am I glitching on purpose?
The glitches on your screen?
Yeah, there's a glitch of my camera feed on Twitch.
I mean,
it's like it's receiving on your end in a glitch.
I mean, I put little glitchers, like little box glitch around you. I'd have to look on
check the Twitch feed. See how not handsome I look.
I got an ad.
You got an ad on your own.
Yeah.
It's as if my frames per second are different than yours.
Oh, yeah. You're like a little choppy.
Yeah. Yep.
We'll just say it's part of the gimmick.
Yeah. Drink every time I glitch.
Yeah. I mean, your audio's coming in smooth, so your video being a
good.
little choppy is, whatever.
All right. No worries. No worries. Yeah, dude. Good to fucking see you. Good to talk to you, man. It's been a while.
No, it's been a minute. Been a minute.
Fucking Mr. Busy Bee over there. Fucking 1/3 of the Sean X-Pac Waltman Pro Wrestling for Life podcast. Damn near.
Yeah.
Yeah. Every 2 weeks, this guy's getting promoted to do more shit.
Yeah. Shit's getting kicked up too. I was like, ooh. So it's actually been cool. It's gonna take a bit more of my time, so I've been able to actually slow down on some of my outside endeavors to focus on the podcast thing. So, hey man, that was the goal.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Hey, what are you drinking? What's in your glass?
Congrats. In my glass is just seltzer and lime. Last night we had a fire and I drank a whole bottle of wine. And then the wife asked me, shouts to Mrs. TWTakes, said, you drinking tomorrow night? I said, the bottle of wine I just drank tonight was slotted for tomorrow. So let's go with seltzer and lime. So what about you? What you got?
I got a little bit of whiskey and tea. Whisk tea, I call it.
Whiskey and tea, huh?
Yeah.
I think I've tried Jack Daniels and iced tea before and I didn't like it. What's your mix here?
I believe it was Pendleton and Tijana.
Okay. So to your point earlier about Kofi being buried for catching a loss to Brock Lesnar, I think, excuse me, and I made this point on the last episode, how if Jinder Mahal goes up against the champion tomorrow, be it Big E or Roman, that threat of Jinder winning will always be there because he's a former champion.
Yeah.
There's instant credibility all the time now. And if you attach the credibility to the run that Kofi had, he can never be buried. It's literally impossible.
Yeah, 100%. The other thing that you got to keep in mind too is that, oh shit, I guess we're not on live, but like think about Dolph Ziggler. How many times have they put a match on with Dolph Ziggler and said he is a former world champion? They don't talk about the fact he was a former world champion for a day. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
He's just a former world champion. They talk about him being a successful Money in the Bank cash-in. Although he lost it immediately thereafter, he did cash it in successfully, but they don't talk about that because the accolades are there. It's not about the losses.
Right. And that Dolph Ziggler is a perfect example. We all know he's always going to lose. But it feels like the fucker can win.
Yeah.
Shouts to Jeremy in time saying that my camera is not in time. Yeah, man, join the show. We talked about it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if there's something I can do on my end for that, but me looking at the Zoom feed for me and you, we're doing the same exact thing. I don't know how it is. If it's just a transference thing, I don't know how that stuff works.
Yeah, it could be.
But if there's something I can do, I don't know what that is.
I don't think so. And I think at this point it would take me a bunch to try and sort out my side.
Huh.
As long as we don't cut the stream, I think we're all right.
Yeah, just you guys just don't look at me. You'll be all right.
No.
As long as the audio's there, I mean that's what this is all about, right? Talk our shit while the dope shit's happening. Bobby Lashley's another great example, right? He loses Money in the Bank, and he's gonna be the most credible Bobby Lashley of all time. I mean, he's always looked like a champion, but now he just looks like a fucking robot. It's awesome. Kofi with the Lauryn Hill hair to match the Fuji's gear. Not Kofi, sorry, Xavier Woods.
He's got what kind of hair?
Lauryn Hill.
Oh, that's
Lauryn
funny.
Hill,
Yeah, because they've been doing because he's wearing the Fuji's gear.
Fuji's gear, yeah. Yeah, I forgot that the Fuji's used the Godfather font on that debut album, yeah. And then I saw the put together on Twitter. I was like, son of a bitch, how did I miss that? But I didn't have the score. I was in 5th grade and wasn't allowed to listen to rap music at the time.
Let's see, I'm gonna up my audio here. Good. What was that? Graham coming through. Good Cop, Bad Cop Wrestling podcast comes through. Said my levels are low, almost at a maximum value. You're coming through way quieter than Bishop. I was leaning way far back too. My mic's way up here.
Yeah, and he also listens at 100 times. So.
Yeah. Yeah. I was not talking into the mic, but I can up my volume a little bit here too. So.
What's he on? You on YouTube's? Is he on the YouTube's?
Yeah, he's on the YouTube's there. He says he can. Thank God he can listen to us instead of commentary. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, we're good. I can do the play-by-play if you want. Roll up. Oop. What? You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, and we also haven't synced our match yet, which I'm assuming you're ahead of me by some measure. I have Big E putting AJ on the top rope.
Oh, you're over there with the double team right now?
No. Not yet. AJ is defending off the superplex. He slides through Big E's legs. Big E hits his head on the top turnbuckle.
Because I've got 2 separate feeds right now, and I'm not seeing what you're talking about. But I am seeing 2 separate timestamps here.
I see AJ going for the roll-up. Big E kicks out on 2.
What? Like, I got... Like, how far... Are you way far back? Because I just got Lashley attempting a pinfall. Like, Lashley's in the match at this point for me.
I got Kofi just tagged in. I might be far behind or I might be ahead.
Maybe we'll just sync up on the next match.
Okay.
I'll tell you when this match is over. Right now we're watching the opening match, obviously, for anybody who's checking it out.
How did Lashley get in the match for you?
He dragged AJ over and tagged himself in.
Okay. I just got to that part.
You're just there? Oh, I'm way ahead of you then.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to slow way the fuck
well,
down.
Let me
Maybe you should fast forward. Maybe you started late.
And I'm also on my outdated computer for this, so I don't know if I'll be able to. Actually, I can try it a different way. All right, so I'll X out of this. I'm always behind your fucking feed anyway.
Oh yeah, because I have good internet.
That really
you live
cool
in Delaware.
Apple. That's very true.
Oh.
I find it odd that Amanda's the only one that still sticks with the gimmick, but it is fucking hysterical.
It's pretty good.
Yeah,
it's pretty good.
She'll go on a long walk as she does, but anytime she's passing a new place, she makes sure to shit on Delaware. Oh my god, I would love for AEW to do a show in Delaware before California.
That'd be so fucking good. They probably will too, because they're all over that area.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Here we go.
Oh shit.
Here we go.
Graham's got end of match just seconds before me. Oh no, he's on the other feed. He's on the main live feed. My slightly delayed Peacock feed on my computer.
What the
fuck? I got the same thing that Graham's getting, but yeah, that was pretty good. I like that Graham in the chat says Marsh the WWE Whisperer, which is true because Bruce Pritchard is clearly a friend of the show, listener and drinker of the podcast. Because every time we say something that we really want, he pretty much just tweaks that same idea.
He drinks your podcast.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a loyal drinker. So are you as early as you can be? Like you can't fast forward?
Correct. The devices that I watch on, I can't fast forward through Peacock. So I'm loading up Peacock on a different device. Let's see how that goes.
Because what I'll have to do is I'll pause it on a graphic or something once you get that logged in, and we'll figure out where we're at. Oh, Lisa's in the audience holding a Daphne sign. Shout out to Lisa Schnur.
That's who you're talking about, that makes the Bailey signs and stuff?
She's the one who makes the little signs that everyone hands out or that everyone holds up.
I'm just not fucking rendering. I'm getting there. I'll let you know when I'm up.
It's only episode 1.
Very true. Very true. Do. I do find it odd that Extreme Rules says slated for 4 hours and it's over in an hour and a half.
What do you mean?
The running feed.
Oh yeah.
It has a 4-hour block, but it's already been 2.5 hours.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I love Peacock, man. Come on. I have... Oh, Jesus Christ.
Wait.
I can't... Just fucking watch this shit without me. For some reason, last year's Extreme Rules is what just popped up on my fucking feed.
What are you doing, man?
The first show, episode 1. At least it was the horror show at Extreme Rules.
Oh,
and this is a horror show of a watch-along. Continuity, you know what I mean?
You missed the Becky Lynch taping up her wrist in the back. She looked great. Missed it.
Not if I'm lagging enough behind. Maybe I'll catch it when it opens up.
That's a good point. Oh my god.
I have the Street Profits coming out.
Yep, I'm seeing their AI right now. Which one are you? Are you seeing them or the AI?
Them.
You're seeing them?
Yep.
Are you seeing them dance or no?
Dance right now. And then cup in the air. And now all the cups get blown out there.
All right.
Am I ahead of you?
No, you're on the main feed. So my audio is like a couple seconds behind us as far as commentary goes. But
Okay.
I'm seeing what you're seeing on the main one, which means you're on the same spot as Graham now. So I think we're all
good.
in a good spot. So yeah, Street Profits coming to the ring.
So we did it. We're here now. Let's go. Let's go.
So Street Profits versus the Usos. Do you think there's any chance the Street Profits win here?
No.
I hope not.
No, and I think they did a good enough job Friday night making sure of that.
Yeah. Just beating the absolute snot out of Montez.
Yep. But we'll see what kind of match the Usos can get out of Street Profits again.
That's a good point. Good point.
Where am I going to again? Right here. Pull that up. That. Yeah, I'm still glitchy as fuck, dude. That's weird. Actually, I'm frozen now on the Twitch feed. It's crazy. Should I exit out and back in from your Zoom to see if that does anything?
It won't.
Is that...
Because on my Zoom, you're fine. So it has to do with it going into Streamlabs.
Gotcha. All right, well, there's another GIF for people, or GIF, as you would say. All right, well, hey.
Yeah, we're good.
Jeremy and Time, you are correct. My camera is frozen, but it's a streaming issue. It is non-camera related. It is the last step.
Yeah.
Is it frozen on YouTube's as well?
Let's see. No, because in my Streamlabs, you're froze.
Oh, okay. So that's weird. Yes, Justin, it's very close to that one. It's what I do. I freeze in real time.
Oh. I just dropped your camera altogether.
Nice.
Oh, I wonder if it's this. Hold on. Let me see. They're doing the old... What's going on?
A little recap of Friday. Holy ribs. Got the DDP tape job going on.
There we go. I got you. I got you doing better now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. Or does Bishop get just a great ventriloquist? Well,
The best.
he's definitely better at not moving his mouth when he talks than he used to be. Let's see. He's all about the body language, that Bishop. He says it's frozen, and then I cut your camera feed all together, and he goes, "That's better."
Nice.
So
That's what bad cops do.
I don't know. Graham's my favorite cop on that one, if I'm being honest.
Oh, I didn't say he wasn't my favorite cop. I'm saying he's the bad cop.
Oh, okay.
You know? One of
I'm
my
just kidding.
kids' favorite
They're both-
superheroes is Thanos. You know what I mean?
Yo, my godson, I found out he dyed his hair all crazy, and I was like, oh, he looks like Oscar. And they're like, well, he's going for Joker. And I was like, that's not the best role model.
It's funny. Yeah, some people just want to see the world burn, you know?
So while we watched this one, Usos and Street Profits, what did you think of Liv versus Carmella?
I only got to see some of it because of the audio issues, so I kind of just tuned out. I
You
just saw
should
that
definitely
Liv
go
won.
back and rewatch it. It was fantastic. They did an
great.
awesome job. Great chemistry in there.
Awesome.
I was impressed. I was expecting it to be a pretty good match, and I was still impressed by it.
It exceeded expectations.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Yeah, the missus and I were talking about how much, you know, Carmella has just taken over fanship.
Mm-hmm.
Because, you know, Liv just a year ago is someone we were rooting for, just that, you know, as in me and her, we were rooting for her to, you know, progress. I always wanted the Riot Squad as tag team champions and all this, and we all wanted more for Liv. And then out of nowhere, Carmella just ends up being like top tier women's wrestler.
Yeah.
And undeniably top tier women's wrestler. And it's weird because this character she is, it, you know, the assumption is it's her turned up, but it doesn't even feel as defined as Untouchable was.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So like it still seems vague, but it's a personality with really fantastic wrestling. So yeah, here goes Montez selling the ribs already. I think that's the story here, and it's just going to do them in. They have no chance because of the ribs.
Yeah. I've never liked the taping of the ribs, not since Diamond Dallas Page did it. Just because if you've ever had rib injuries, they don't tape your ribs. You know what I mean? Like, they just don't. They just really can't. It doesn't do anything. They just tell you, well, that's your life now.
No, it's a great point.
Because what does taping do for anything, right? It stabilizes it. Taping doesn't stabilize your ribs, especially when it's below your ribs. Like, look, it's over his stomach.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I've just never liked the taping of the ribs. It's just goofy. And then the problem I also have when they do the rib injury stuff is a lot of these guys have never experienced an actual rib injury, and you can tell by the way they sell.
Right.
Because I've, like, popped a rib before, and it's like, you can't breathe, man.
You can't breathe. Yeah, you can't breathe. You can't breathe. You can't bend.
Yeah. And it's not like
Yeah.
you do this big move, and then afterwards you go, oh, now it hurts. No, the second
Right.
you go up, you're like, ah, and you fucking collapse. You're like, I can't get my arms up. You know?
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's see. Graham says it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. I was good until Bishop started calling me bad cop. Well, I mean,
So just know, I speak the truth. Speak the truth
I mean-
into existence.
who better to prophesize than a bishop?
Very true. Very true. I speak the word of prophets. See, the Usos are going to win.
Yeah.
Prophets say so. I speak the word of prophets. I do find it odd that Roman went to the Red Gauntlet. I haven't heard anybody really talk about that.
Mm-hmm.
And I know it's the whole bloodline thing, but I don't like it. I don't like that they're now New Day adjacent, where all three of them now match for the sake of matching.
I don't mind it because it's just a little bit. They haven't changed their gear, and it's not this massive thing. It's a lot of black with an accent of red. My thing is they did this suspiciously close to the draft.
Oh, that would suck.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. The other thing
before
too
they
is
all had it on gold because the Usos even had that leg on gold.
That's what bothers me as well. Roman had the gold gauntlet.
Like that right there.
And then
Montez Ford trying to reach back like that over and over again would never happen if he had a rib injury.
Well, his ribs don't hurt anymore because they're not taped up.
Oh. That actually makes more sense. The tape was a hindrance, it turns out. There's thumbtacks in it.
Yeah. So when Roman had the gold gauntlet, they didn't have anything on their super kick calves. And then they put the gold on. But they switched to red before Roman did. Roman shouldn't follow their lead. That bothered me. That bit of storytelling is a problem. Unless I missed the commentary. I haven't been able to watch like I should be. But
they haven't made any mention of it. But the reason Roman can totally follow their lead and it's acceptable is because this isn't them telling him what to do. This is them saying this is how we feel and how we're representing the family, and him acknowledging them and supporting them could even be more of a gaslighting. Like, yeah, we are bloodline. Yeah, we are family. I'm going to match you too because we are a unit. That's why you need to listen to me when I tell you stuff, because I'm willing to accept good ideas. So if I tell you it's a bad idea, you have to trust me there too. You know what I mean?
yeah, your favorite wrestler just did exactly what you think he does.
What, Dawkins?
Yeah.
Just farted a little bit?
Instead of catching Jimmy, yeah.
Oh, yeah. He looks like the gassiest guy in the ring at all times.
I was a huge fan of his athleticism when they first came up onto the main roster because I thought he did a good job of bringing real sports moves inside of wrestling.
You want to explain to me that fucking jump and spin around into the corner that looks like a kid on a trampoline and not like an athlete?
Yeah, because
what real sport is that?
It's a 360 like you would do a 360 dunk. And they wear, basketball shorts and basketball shoes. And
no, he looks lazy.
Tops.
He doesn't look like a basketball player. He looks like a lazy guy who didn't get dressed up to go to the bodega.
It's possible.
Surprised he doesn't wrestle in flip-flops and high socks.
Which would be how they look before they go to the basketball court. That's the vibe I got from them, is that they were closer to real athletes, real regular sport athletes, I should say, in a wrestling ring.
Dawkins doesn't look like a basketball player who's wrestling. He looks like a fat dude at home who watches basketball and buys the jerseys and tells people he knows how the game works. He's a what do they call it? The chair quarterback? What do they call that? Armchair quarterback?
Armchair quarterback, yeah.
That's what he looks like. He looks like a fan of basketball who could never do basketball.
That's possible.
I mean, he's getting in better shape, but it took him getting called up to the main roster to even try, which isn't impressive to me. Look at that fucking leapfrog. Barely fucking getting over.
Yeah. Actually, I think he's in some of his least impressive shape now. I don't know. He looks more unkempt than he usually does.
He's got actual defined muscles in chest, and when he first came up, if you look, dude, it was like just flat.
Yeah.
And he was like, I was in NXT for 7 years. And I was like, I bet. They were wondering when you were going to start training.
Is there anyone you like less?
Shawn Spears.
On the WWE roster.
Oh. Yeah, I'm just so not impressed with him.
Is that your chair?
That was the old stink face right there. Jeremy in Time saying the crowd is already chanting, "We want tables."
I don't know. I'm not listening to the volume because I don't want to hear Spanish out of nowhere.
But it's also not an Extreme Rules match. So by them chanting, "We want tables," that's them chanting, "We want the next match." You know what I mean? Like realistically.
Montez Ford should be dead right now. He has fucked up ribs, just took knees off of a frog splash. He should be dead right now.
Yep. But he's kicking. He's moving his arm
he's
all
not
over.
selling
He's
the
leg
ribs.
slapping like fuck. He's not selling the ribs one bit. That's what I mean, dude. These guys are...
I'm completely over the Street Profits. Based on this alone, I'm completely over the Street Profits. To not sell the ribs off of the knees to the ribs.
Oh, yeah.
Off the frog
Look,
splash.
now he's trying to fucking sell the ribs after all that.
Yeah.
He's clearly never had a rib injury ever.
Yep.
He just sold the ribs on a non-rib thing. Like, fuck, dude.
Yeah. You know, it's crazy, too, because this is obvious. The Usos still having a great performance and the Street Profits not living up to the Usos level.
No.
And I usually put onus on the better team or wrestler to bring them up to their potential. All the spots are there. It's inside the execution. They're not clicking.
No, the Street Profits are just kind of, they're going through the motions and then going, okay, now what am I doing?
Yeah.
What am I supposed to be doing after the fact?
Jeremy says that they fixed all the audio issues. I know, I was just fucking around. I'm also watching the Packers game, 10-0 Packers. Shouts.
Packers, who are they fighting?
The 49ers
Oh.
of San Francisco. So me and Amanda, I'm sure Amanda has some rooting interest for the 49ers.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
She reps the Bay.
And then look he jumps up after that, and he starts like celebrating and throwing his arms up, running around, jumping, and now he sells the
Bending
ribs. That's what I
over.
mean.
Yeah.
He's doing so
Oh,
much
my
it just
ribs.
makes no sense.
Yeah. Touching your body part
It's not a sell.
doesn't mean your ribs hurt, or doesn't mean that part of the body hurts. Doesn't mean it's selling. Sorry. Touching the body part doesn't mean it's selling.
Nope, not at all. Graham is saying in the chat, Devil's Advocate, NXT should give you a rib injury so you know how to sell that in a future story. Dude, I would argue that, except, fuck, dude, when you go through, like, law enforcement training, as I speak from former law enforcement, they spray you in the fucking eyes with mace before they give you one. They taser you before they give you one. You know what I mean? They cuff you and throw you down before they let you have it. Like, you have to go through it so you know what you're doing and you know what's happening. So, I'm not saying you got to break a guy's finger so they know how to sell a fucking finger injury, but a rib injury is super specific.
Yeah.
I'm not saying they got to, like, kick a dude in the rib till it breaks, but they should at least show footage or have someone fucking come
No,
by
fuck it.
and be
Kick
like,
him in
"This
the
is what it
ribs
is."
until it breaks. Fuck
Yeah,
it.
just step on it.
Yeah. They say kayfabe's dead, so we don't work injuries. We make them happen.
Yeah, we make injuries.
Okay, so Dawkins' loyalty is still there. He can go to a wedding, and then, oh, thank God. Oh, see? Super kick to the ribs, barely selling.
Yeah.
They should call it a Samoan sidekick.
Oh, that'd be cool.
I know I talked about this on your show, I believe it was episode 1, how they don't use the stereotype for Roman with the headbutt. But
No.
I think if as Samoans, because even when like Niall used it as an offensive move,
Yeah.
I think if they own it without the caricature, I think it would be still just a great move and a great piece of honoring that history.
Yeah.
But it's not for me to decide. But yeah, I think calling it a Samoan super kick would be pretty fucking dope because they all do it too, right? Yokozuna or a Samoan sidekick.
Yeah.
Yokozuna had a good one.
Oh, yeah. That super kick's their thing. So the Usos retain, rightfully so. Graham is in the chat. He says, really, wow. He goes, do they shoot you before they give you a gun, too? Well, I mean, you got to go through firearms training, and they make sure that you know how to shoot someone in the chest a bunch before they give you one. You know what I mean? You're not just out there fucking goofing off and trying for the first time when when you get in that situation.
Yeah, they don't just hand you furry hats and tell you not to smile.
Yep. Yeah, it's a good point. I mean, he's British. What the fuck does he know about guns? Get
Yeah.
out of here.
We have swords and fuzzy hats, and
Yeah.
we can't talk.
Oh.
Fuck.
Surprised he doesn't call it something goofy too, like pew pew or something. You know what I mean?
Right.
The way they call everything fucking weird shit. He goes,
Does
"Do they
somebody
shoot
use
you
the
with the
pew-pew?"
gun, isn't it?"
They have to pew pew you, do they?
Yeah.
What's Bobby Lashley saying? It looks intense.
He's doing a good job. Oh, we just called Biggie a chicken shit.
I thought I saw him say shit. All right, so since you're Mr. Law enforcement training and all that shit, how long would you last with Bobby Lashley?
Yeah. Oh, he just challenged Big E to a match tomorrow night on Raw to get his title back. So we'll see.
Let's do it.
We'll see. Graham says British Bobbies don't need guns. Well, yeah, with a name like Booby.
Right. What's a Bobby? Bobby Lashley?
Yeah,
If
He's
all
not
your
British
cops
even.
look like Bobby Lashley, you don't need guns. You're right.
that's a good point. You don't need guns because ain't nobody man enough to commit a crime around you. You ain't man
shit.
enough, son.
Oh man. What's next? We getting a title change or not?
Oh no, next match.
I'm
I imagine the
guessing
next one's got to be
it's,
Charlotte.
Charlotte versus Alexa. That was what I was going to say too.
Yeah. I hope Alexa takes it. She could have a lot of fun with that. I really want to see her take it, and then have people start challenging, saying they want the title, and have her do a whole thing where it's like, nobody wanted to play before, but now everyone wants
Right.
to come to the playground.
And then Nikki comes out and is like, I want to play. Shouts to the Crickets. It's cricket season.
Well, Graham says that British
Motherfuckers.
police was started by Robert Peel. Robert's men became known affectionately as Bobbies.
Sounds like an authoritarian complex.
Yeah, I wouldn't name everybody after me. You wouldn't be all like, oh, all the Marshies come around.
Right. Those are year-end awards. You know what I mean? You're just going to give people fucking, don't you call them Marshies? What do you guys call them?
We call them the Boozies.
The Boozies. That's right. Marshies sound better. You should just hijack your own show and call them Marshies.
Well, I think we all have an honorary Marshy, Clumpy, and Kevy.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Oh,
Bobbies.
called it. Charlotte and Alexa.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Here we go.
Exactly where it needs to be, in the middle of the fucking card.
This isn't the middle. This is the second match.
Third.
You think there's 3 matches?
This is the third match.
This is the third match?
Yeah, the New Day.
Oh, yeah.
The New Day and Bobby Lashley.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess this is the second match that I've been really paying attention to. I'm going to be right back. I can hear you, though, so...
You can hear me.
Watch your mouth.
I can hear you too. So don't take a shit too loud. Now Marsh just popped rib cartilage, and when he comes back, he'll show you how to sell it. I tell you, I'm out on the Street Profits. After that fucking knee to the ribs, it just doesn't make sense. I can't trust them to put on a performance, especially to make their opponent look good, because you would sell those ribs. And the fact that they didn't is a big problem. Big problem for me. And I got to be honest, too, of all the podcasting I've been trying to do, I haven't been able to keep up on the Alexa Charlotte storyline. Even go back onto the YouTubes like Graham does and catch up on the how it's actually playing out. I do, of course, love me some Alexa and dislike me some Charlotte. So I would love to see Alexa win. I just got to get back in the groove of actually watching Raw and trying to get a lot of shit done. So starting this week, I should be back on track. And hopefully it starts with a new champion.
Dude, this last week promo, Alexa and Charlotte, fucking captivating. It's my favorite I've ever heard Charlotte. It was so
I don't
good.
want Charlie. I think I heard you guys talking about it on episode 1. Justin Time says that Marsh just blew out his asshole like Humberto did that one time. Yeah, working with X-Pac so much, you learn how to blow out an asshole.
Yeah. That's part of the training.
He's the king. Yeah, he's the king.
Top 10 highlights at ×2 Bishop is the way to go for Raw. Dude, Raw's been good the last couple weeks. Like, not even like good for Raw, like a good show.
Yeah, I think they did a good job.
All right, let's see real quick.
Not forcing things. No, go ahead.
Yeah. Graham says, so Charlotte loses, then she can become 15-time champion tomorrow. I'm guessing you'll be pissed if Charlotte wins or loses, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, I can't disagree with that. At this point, think about it this way. If Charlotte was really that successful at making stars, why is she in a program with Alexa Bliss? Does Alexa need to be in a program with Charlotte? Alexa's already top. You know what I mean?
To be fair, she's been the most interesting, consistent woman since December.
Mm-hmm. So why does she need Charlotte?
Right. So does Charlotte need Alexa?
Yeah.
To get people to actually watch her shit.
Because who was the last person Charlotte was in a program with that was better on the other side? Fuck. Did you watch the 24 about the WrestleMania this year?
Some of it.
In this part 2, they show Rhea talking about her match with Charlotte. And she said after that match, she was like legitimately going through the struggle of trying to figure out who she was.
Yep.
And like it fucking destroyed her. And you're like, yeah.
Yep.
And we talked about it too. We're like, she lost a lot more than that match.
It sucks because at 12 or 13, 14, wherever Charlotte's at right now, we've never seen a complete package of all the things she can do. Like, you just gave her credit for her promo, probably for the first time in her career.
Mm-hmm.
We've seen the Ronda match, one of her best. But she's never had everything all at the same time.
Yeah.
When do we finally get everything at the same time? We get the Tom Brady version of Charlotte when she wins her 18th championship and she's the best she's ever been, so therefore she's fully solidified as the GOAT. Or, like fucking Becky said 2 years ago, you may be a 10-time champ, but I don't remember one of them. Or not one memorable run, you know?
Yeah. She never had, like, solid... she hasn't had any, like, solid runs with it. Like, significant runs or special runs or anything.
Does Charlotte have new gear, or does she reuse gear tonight?
She'll have new gear.
Yeah, she usually does.
I really like Alexa's gear. The play and play pain thing on the sides.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and on her boots too. That's cool.
Yeah.
Charlotte coming out. The fuck is this? Some sort of Two-Face thing.
Looks dumb.
I don't like it. She's definitely trying to do Two-Face.
It's Venom. It looks very Venom-like. See the teeth on the top of her right side?
Yeah, that's not enough to be Venom. I'm telling you, it's like Two-Face, where it's all like...
Oh, you don't have to yell at me, dude.
Yeah, look at the back of it. It kind of like goes over it. So, yeah, it's Venom or Carnage or whatever you call it.
But Venom over what? It's not like...
Over her. So it's like her being taken over by the symbiote.
Yeah, but it's not like the one being taken over is something she's iconic for. It should have been like half the peacock robe or something. The one that people remember.
Yeah, it's just generic Charlotte robe.
Yeah. I do like the flip down thing that she has, that she started with the Cruella de Vil. I do like that style of the robe,
Yes.
but you know, other than that, I mean, you got to execute if you're coming to play.
That's a good point. Rad Gnarly in the chat saying stepping all over the demon. So funny. Said Kofi did a bunch of double stomps in the trios tag too. If I were a fan, I'd be miffed. Come on, guys.
That's fucked up.
I don't do a lot of things, but these are my two things.
Right, and Seth isn't on the show, so the sling blade is safe.
Yes, Sling Blade safe. But yeah, I'm not a fan of Charlotte trying to just do cosplay stuff now. Where it's all like, oh, I mean, I don't mind a little bit of inspiration here and there, but if you look at it, everything she's done since she's come back has been like a different comic book character. And
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
they look good enough,
Right.
but I don't love consistent cosplay stuff.
Like for me, the last one was Thanos,
Yep.
and it took people telling me that it was Thanos because the color patterns were off. It didn't stand out as a Thanos. It looked more like an amalgamation of the Disney princess villains.
Yeah.
It just, so she finds a way to have decent ideas, but they miss in my opinion. You know, her most iconic trunks are probably one of her blue sets.
Yeah,
So,
probably.
Have the Venom take over the blue set. Have the Venom take over again the peacock robe, because that's the Charlotte that you're known for. Not just like you said, new generic Charlotte comic character.
Yeah, but it's also a little on the nose with it, right? Because it's like, well, now that I'm a bad guy, I'm going to do bad guy stuff. I'm going to do
Right.
Cruella's a bad guy. Who's another bad guy I can do? Like, I don't know. It just doesn't seem to, like, mesh well with the other stuff.
Yeah.
It's not bad. I mean, I do like I agree with you that it's a really good idea, and the gear looks good, but at this point, it's like the third or fourth type deal she's done like that. So it looks good, but I just don't think it helps her in this constant conversation we've had about her not quite having her own strong identity. This is like, hey, let me find a comic book character to identify with.
Right.
Just be evil Charlotte.
Right. No, that's absolutely. Absolutely. I like her hair like this though. I'll give her that.
They also always seem to be promoting a new movie that's out. Do you think that's suspicious or?
Well, no. That was the thing when Cruella came out and she was in the Cruella gear, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Fox and Disney have a relationship, but they don't because Disney bought the Fox stuff that they wanted.
Yeah.
And Charlotte wasn't on fucking SmackDown.
Yeah.
So like what?
Do you think it's
her.
Do you think it's just her
I don't think
trying
it's anyone
to be relevant? You know what I mean?
Yes.
Look at how up to date I am. It's a new thing, and
Yes.
I'm also new.
Yes. Or I'm as hip as
culturally-
the hip thing. Yes.
Yeah, I'm culturally relevant at all times because I'm like the hippest thing.
Yes. I absolutely, because Venom has nothing to do with Venom's Sony, right? And they have no Sony deals. So, you know, they don't have any Marvel partnerships. So, yeah, I don't know why it would be a need for her to promote this movie, except for, hey, it comes out Friday, and look what I wore the Sunday beforehand.
Let's see.
It does look good, though.
I do like that spot, though, where Alexa jumps into the ropes kind of like a spider and hangs there for a second and springboards off. But I also like that Charlotte saw it coming and caught her. Like, I think that was done really well.
Little behind the scenes at the house show, they practiced that spot.
Yeah.
And they were both like, Charlotte was like, okay, are we ready? And then Alexa goes, okay, ready? And then she jumped off into her arms. I was like, oh, son of a bitch. Which that match ended in a count out.
Nice.
Yeah. So there was no loser there.
That's good. Rad Gnarly says she just needs gear that looks somewhat regal since she's queen, classy and evil. 100%. As I mean, is when she did the Cruella, it was a whole new style that was different than anything we'd seen before. So it was none of the feathers, none of the bejeweledness, but it still had that evil queen look, and that's what I liked about it. And now she's into this like comic booky thing, and I'm like, eh.
So
it's the same reason I'm not a huge fan of like Gargano's gear.
Oh yeah, yeah. Is that what we're not applying to this then? If the style that she's been coming out as has always been, because even the Cruella one was a little split down the middle too. Is this just her new wave of robes, and we're kind of picking it apart too much?
Maybe. We're definitely picking it apart too much, no matter how you cut it. There's there's no reason to be talking as much about her gear.
Right, especially if we don't like it.
Yeah, but we're a fashion show as well.
Right, that's right. That's what
we
do
break
on,
down fashion.
on watch-alongs.
Yeah, most of our watch-alongs is about what they're wearing.
Yeah.
Who are you wearing? Who are you wearing? We're drinking.
Yeah,
we want to know who you're
one-
wearing.
Our first one was fucking incredible. And so was it Royal Rumble that we did? Or
Yeah.
Yeah, we spent forever just talking about outfits.
Oh yeah, 100%. This is a cool little move too. I mean, they're working really well together. I am enjoying this. This is a crazy new move. I haven't seen anything like it.
Who's on offense right here?
Alexa, or not Alexa, I mean Charlotte, because Alexa's upside down and blood's rushing to her head, and she's gonna have to use her own strength to get through it.
Oh yeah, there she goes. Okay.
Yeah, and it's a
I
little bit
saw
of like
Charlotte.
it's a little bit of like a vertical Boston crab almost, which is
Yeah.
pretty cool.
I saw Charlotte yelling no, so I wasn't sure
Oh,
if because it again no commentary, so it without hearing anything, it looked like Charlotte was the one telling the ref, "I'm okay."
wouldn't it be cool if Alexa was just like, "Look, my back is kind of sore. Can you hold me up so I can pop my back real quick?" Graham says WWE and corporate fuckery, shocker, about the gear conversation we were having. And then Rad Gnarly says,
She's the queen
tonight,
bee. I like that.
Queen Biot. Because
Yeah.
it's symbiote. No.
Yes.
And
Gotcha.
then Jeremy says, I'm shocked Charlotte is actually selling for Alexa. Charlotte, I don't think has a... I don't know. It's when she's a little bit like Brock Lesnar, where it's all like, it's going to be certain people at certain times and she'll sell her ass off. But if it's not the one that they want, then you're just not going to fucking get it. So, I don't know. The fact she's selling so much makes me wonder if she's going to lose because
Good stuff.
she doesn't like to...
Be healthy and lose.
Yes.
Yeah.
100%. And then Chaos Theory says, we bring in the chaos in this biatch. Cheers,
Mr.
Chaos
Chaos,
Theory.
what up, sir?
And cheers for Rad Gnarly for coming through, man. I appreciate it. I know he's a big AEW fan, so we don't always agree on the WWE stuff, but it is fun to have you in here and talk some WWE when I'm doing the watch along. I appreciate that, man. Cheers.
Hell yeah.
He's a good dude too. If you can follow him, he's got he plays like, what's it called? Fire Pro. He does his own federation in there. His own little roster. He's
Red
fucking
Gnarly
badass
says,
at it.
I like all the wrestles.
He does. He likes all the wrestles. He does. And he is a little more fair than... I mean, he's in the Dork Top chat, too, and there's a lot of people who are just passionately anti-WWE and just everything AEW is great. And he's a lot more balanced of, like, you know, not all WWE is bad. Like,
Right.
so, good dude. Oh, he says he's dual screening Memphis from 86 at the moment. Dude, I still think that Lawler versus Dundee is one of my favorite storylines ever.
What, who's Dundee?
Bill Dundee. He was another Memphis guy.
Okay.
They started out as a team. They broke up. They had a massive rivalry. They actually hated each other in real life, and a lot of that came through. And it was great.
Nice. Yeah, I was never a Lawler guy, only because I was introduced to him during the Bret Hart run. And then all his
Yep.
commentary was like kind of hokey and shit.
Oh, yeah, he's hokey as fuck. He's only got
I
dad
never
jokes.
appreciated him. Hi, Miss Amanda Jane. How are you?
Miss Amanda Jane coming through. Chaos Theory talking about his new verse he's going to be spitting. Anybody who likes to hang out and wants to join the chatter, twitch.tv/wrestlingontherocks or wrestlingrocks.com has all of our links. You can find us.
Hell yeah. And you can check me out at TWTakesPodcast.com. TWTakesPodcast.com/TWTs. Lowest prices, fastest shipping merch. Can't beat it. Can't beat it.
Interesting.
I wish I could say that they're flying off the shelves, but they're not.
Mm-hmm. Fully stocked shelves. Get them whenever you want.
Oh, no. Okay, here it is. I was like, where's my seltzer? Oh, no.
Man, this ain't
No, that
hanging
was
in
not-
there. Chaos Theory Podcast has chaostheorypodcast.com as well. I already pop in your links. I'll give them out. Good Cop, Bad
Oh,
Cop
yeah.
Wrestling Podcast. Go there.
Where the fuck are my
If any of
lines?
you
Oh, there
DM
it is.
me your link, I'm gonna put
Yeah,
all
that's
of
what the
the
shirt looks
IWC links in on my website too, so I can just kind of pop people there to go through.
That's what the dopest bartender on this side of the IWC does. He serves up everyone's favorite drink.
Yep. Oof.
Oh, I missed it. I was making a drink.
Oh.
Did they bump heads on accident?
Yeah, there's a section on my website that used to be for an author who liked to write up editorials and such. And she decided she doesn't really want to do it anymore, so I don't see them hitting their heads. I don't know what you're talking about.
No. It's just they're both selling it. That
Oh, they're both
way.
on their heads? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going
Still,
to take
though.
down that section, though, and just make it the dive bar connection stuff.
Oh. Oh, Chaos, leave it alone. It's not that bad.
Yeah, he's way off on that one. They're working really well together. I've seen a lot of really bad Charlotte matches. I don't think this is one of them.
See, now, is that a case of Charlotte not being in the right place or them just needing to take more time to get to this spot? You know what I mean?
I don't know. It's hard to say. It looked fine. Oh, nice. Oh, missed it.
Get her. Get her.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, here we go.
Oh, yeah. Oh. Oh, this is the foot on the rope spot. Okay. Yep. See, it's not only Young Bucks match I can see coming.
Oh, yep. Justin Time says, I'm with Chaos. The Code Red has been the best spot so far. I don't watch matches for the spots. And if your whole thing was the best spot of the match was the one move, then you must have hated Kenny versus Bryan Danielson because they didn't have a single fucking spot in that match.
Tell them about it. That's not a terrible wrestling take. What is...
Oh, shit. Charlotte's
Here we
licking
go.
Lily. Ooh,
Lily, stand up.
boot.
Stand up.
Lily, stand up. Lily's gonna spit mist right at her.
That'd be great. Boo. Boo. Boo.
Ugh. Awful.
Boo.
Awful.
I mean, just like the triple threat, the match didn't set up to where it makes Charlotte look great or bad. I think it was just a match. But for her to win by distracting with Lily is like,
Yeah, it's also bad, right? Because the whole thing is that, Lily and Alexa are like this super entity. So I think if you're going to use Lily, it has to give Alexa a little bit of fire. You know what I mean? Like, how fucking dare you? That's in storyline tantamount to slapping someone's kid in the audience. You know what I mean?
right.
Like, the idea that she threw Lily at her, Alexa swats Lily to the ground and then just loses, was kind of like, what the fuck?
Right. I just bought a Lily doll, and now they're about to go on clearance. This is bullshit.
They're about to go on clearance right now. Charlotte ripping them up. Chaos Theory says, I don't know, just not a fan of Charlotte or Alexa Bliss, so maybe I'm biased. I think it's probably, if you can be honest with yourself enough, I do think that if you go into this saying, well, I don't like either of these people, I'm not going to probably like it, there's a really good chance you're not going to see the good parts of it anyways.
Yeah.
And I think that's also okay. I think that's totally fine. I'm not saying that as a bad thing. Now Alexa's beating the shit out of Charlotte because she ripped up Lily. Innards everywhere. I wish the innards were red. Just to be gross.
See, now this is bad. All of this after the match has been bad. It's not being done well. And and why are you destroying the Lily doll? What's the point? To try to destroy this Alexa character and turn her into something different?
And also, you already won. Like, if Lily had cost Charlotte the match, in a sense, then yeah, it would make sense to me. But yeah, this is all gaga after the fact.
Yeah, and she was grabbing something underneath the table there, it seemed like.
Let's see. Jess says pretty shit. Amanda Jane says there's the doll. Jeremy says, yeah, that worked well. They worked well, I think. Charlotte just takes me out of anything she's involved with. And that's where I felt. I felt like the match was actually pretty solid as far as put together in general, as far as their in-ring ability to work together. But Charlotte didn't bring any kind of like sense of investment. And when she wins, you're already kind of out of it. And then she tears up the doll and throws Alexa. Like, I don't know. Is that just trying to get more heel heat or some shit? Like,
But
I don't know what the fuck we've done here.
Yeah.
Amanda Jane says, oh, wait. Graham says, oh, you fucked up. You fucked up. Yeah. Amanda Jane says, I was waiting for a person in a Lily doll costume. Yeah.
So what's Alexa?
Well, Alexa's getting up.
Oh, table's going to break.
Oh, shit. Oh, my God. What's she doing?
Is she rebelling against Lily?
Oh, is she pulling out her hair ties? I thought she was ripping out her hair for a second. I was like, good Lord. Chaos Theory says, it absolutely serves no purpose to make Charlotte a better bad guy, and it smashes this Alexa character to pieces.
Yeah.
Maybe. Like, I can't contest that as of right now, but...
Well, I mean, equate it to Bray, right? Bray loses, and then he comes, or Seth burns down the funhouse, and then next week the funhouse is right there. How would they tie this into Lily being able to exist again? And if the power comes from Lily, and Lily's part of why she is like this, then there is no more play in pain Alexa.
And
now
I will
it is just
say,
a doll. I bought one, but
well, I will say also, and for the record, if you ever got that doll signed by Alexa, that would still be cool because it was a moment in time, if nothing else. But
yeah,
I do think that if you're going to they're chanting "Thank you, Lily," the audience, just so you know.
Wow.
Like as if it was her last match. She's screaming. Now, I do think that if you're going to do a dismantling of the Alexa character, Charlotte doesn't have to be the one to do that.
Yes.
Like we've talked about before, how cool would it have been if Nikki helped Alexa get out of this? Or maybe we see Alexa over the next couple of weeks just completely confused and lost and wandering, and maybe she's all foaming and shit. Fucking weird. Crying.
I use those for acid indigestion.
Yeah, maybe.
It's still in her mouth. It didn't dissolve.
Yeah, the tablet.
Yeah. What are we going to use them for? Intimidation.
Yeah. Rad Nally says going on way too long. A little longer than I would have liked. Unless something happens at the very, very end of it. Like lights going out, Fiend showing up.
Stop it. Don't you ever ruin my night again.
Wouldn't that be fucking dope, dude?
It'd be the greatest thing of all time.
Imagine she's sitting there crying and all of a sudden, gung, 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 gung.
He comes back to show her back the way. Come on.
Oh, yeah. That'd be sick.
Yeah, I'd lose my...
But yeah, if this just kind of fades to black with the same thing, then yeah. Yeah, that was too long.
Oh, man. NXT. Fucking love NXT 2.0.
Yeah, but did you notice this? It said NXT 2.0 this week is all about the ladies, which is pretty cool that they're doing a whole episode about the women, which I think is cool because they're leaning into the we have the best women's roster in the world. But the thing that sucks about it, all the clips they showed was not women wrestling. It was women looking good and kissing men.
Very true.
So I was like, yes, but no. Like, yes, that's so cool. You're going to do all women. I wish you were promoting women's wrestling and not women looking good.
No, I agree. I agree. But that's Carmella, though. Carmella is that. It's like, wait, she wrestles? Yeah, and she's really fucking good.
She's fucking good at it. Graham says, if it fades to black, 1 second later, fades to black. Yeah, that's about right.
Miss Amanda Jane says, please, no more stupid index shit.
Yeah.
It's not my fault you're not a romantic. Sorry.
I hate everything with the index thing. All of it.
It's amazing. Come
I
on.
haven't liked a single moment of it. It's
I
childish.
haven't liked anything Johnny Gargano has done.
Yeah, I don't like him either. Kayla Braxton's incredible.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm glad you pointed that out early on, that she's been developing this character since their Talking Smack.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hey, Paul. Who's that?
So he's talking to Brock. That's the idea here. Justin Science 211 did not like the Charlotte and Alexa stuff. Chaos Theory's not a fan of BFAB. Amanda says that she stands with Wade. The whole index stuff is shitty. I don't know. I thought it was pretty fun. I do understand there's a lot of it that is not that great, but when you look at Indy and Dexter, the two of them, are they capable of other things? Sure, but I think they did their parts as best as they could, and I thought it was pretty entertaining. They played in the, I don't know, her naivety and his psychopathness. It's great.
No, I do like that people were enjoying it because it was doing the whole thing. And I don't want the people to say that if you like something, you shouldn't like it. I just didn't like it at all. But how much stuff shows up on different channels and we either pretend that we like it because we want to support the company, or we're not willing to acknowledge that, hey, that segment didn't connect with me, and that's okay. You know?
Right. I think we get a title change here. Oh, shit. Main event March. Just seen them in the crowd. They posted a picture on Twitter of them dressed as the Dudley Boys.
Oh, yeah?
And I just saw them in the crowd.
Hell yeah.
Awesome.
Jeff Hardy coming out. Jeremy in Time says, I don't know why the cameraman would have been that close to clearly show the Alka-Seltzer tablet in Alexa's mouth. I think because the tablet wasn't doing what they thought it would do. She was screaming so much that she wasn't letting enough water build up to let it really foam right. So it didn't really dissolve as much as they wanted, and she kept screaming, and I don't think it was the cameraman's fault. I think that they thought it would fucking foam more than it did. And she could have put it under her tongue too.
Yeah. Or in her cheek.
Yeah. Yeah, it could have also been fucking not name brand. Oh. Red Gnarly says, I wish Kayla was this interested in my phone calls. Yeah, dude. If every time I was on the phone, I turned around.
He feels the same way.
Yeah. If every time I was on the phone, I turned around and Kayla was right there looking at me.
Yeah. It'd be...
Just in Time thinks. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Just in Time thinks that Hardy's here to take the pin. I don't know.
I think this is where Sheamus gets it back for some reason. I think we get Damian Priest moving on to some bigger and better storylines to get closer to Big E, Bobby Lashley territory.
Yeah, true. Graham says it sounds like something they could practice beforehand, though. Talking about the Alka-Seltzer tablet, but it's not, because what's going to be different between this live action thing versus what you would have done in practicing is she could have put it in her mouth and have a normal amount of saliva in her mouth, where after a 15-minute match, your mouth is probably a little more dry than you would expect. So I do think probably what they should have done is fucking put a water bottle underneath that table, and she should have fucking swirled it around real quick. Broke it into pieces. Not had it as one big tablet. But at the same time, hindsight, who knows?
Very true. Very true.
All you motherfuckers think you know everything. Fuck.
You know? Have you ever had Alka-Seltzer before? I
No.
have.
Yeah. You ever had a rib injury? Relax.
Have you ever had a tan? Doesn't look like Seamus's tan to me.
I know.
Might
What
have
the
just
fuck
been
is
the
that?
lighting.
Have you ever had a tan? What part of pink is tan? You're slightly pink. How about that jacket? You know it comes off, right? A brown's gonna come right off. When did Sheamus get so hairy? I mean, he's like made of felt.
Yeah, I think Chaos saying he thinks Sheamus gets the pin
Over Hardy.
on Hardy, so Priest doesn't look weak. Yeah, it's
I think
possible.
It's
Yeah,
I really think, though, I think they're gonna run with Priest as a U.S. title holder for a bit longer.
yeah.
I think they're gonna have him probably do a U.S. title open challenge and stuff, and just let him be a strong U.S. champion for a while to kind of like give him that solid credibility, because he's impressive, but he's not like a winning champ at this point, and I think they want to do that too before
Right.
they move him up. And I think that the main event scene is so stacked right now that it doesn't need him yet, and I think they want to be ready for him when they're ready for him. You know.
That's fair enough.
Mr. Managing, there's a weak fucking iPhone. What?
He's
Okay.
he spelt weak wrong because of the iPhone. That's all.
Oh. I thought you about the fucking iPhone being weak, and I was like, the fuck? We're all talking about wrestling, goes, plus that weak ass F13
Yeah,
or whatever. Fuck that
yeah.
fucking phone. Okay.
Fucking camera ain't that good.
New phone ain't shit, if you ask me. All right.
Fucking Android make it tap out.
What the fuck? Let's see. Miss Manna Jane, the former Roman Reigns of ROH. He sucked then and still sucks. See, you guys are all biased as fuck and don't even want to pretend it.
Supposedly he's lost like 100 pounds since ROH, but you won't give him any credit for being a different, better wrestler now.
Oh, yeah. 100%. And then Miss Manna Jane says, I'm still puzzled that Sheamus is a tad darker. He's not a tad darker. Look at him.
Is that what Jeff Hardy was here for? Holy shit.
Yeah. Oh, someone was asking about the mask. Where was it? Jeremy? I don't understand why Sheamus still wears the face mask. Because his nose keeps getting fucking broken every time he takes it off.
You ever see Bob Orton wear a cast?
For 2 years, Owen Hart wore his for fucking 3. Don't you know
called
anything about
commitment to
wrestlers? They
character.
never heal. They're the
Why does
opposite of
Superman
Wolverine.
still wear a cape?
Yeah.
Fucking Wolverine still has claws. It's bullshit.
Yeah. Man, and Jane goes, he's darker. He's pinker.
Listen, we talk costumes, we talk outfits. When it comes to makeup and or skin tone, not really our forte.
Yeah, it's not our specialty, the same as fashion is. Let's see. Miss Anna Jane says that belt. Cody called, and he would like the belt to go with that long ass robe and weird patriotic bullshit. Yeah, this is the fucking U.S. title is super fucking America, which is, I mean, I like the look of it. And then
Yeah,
right
I
now
don't
he
think
makes a
it's
good
too
point.
over the top.
I don't what? You don't think it's too
I don't
over?
think it's too over the top. No, some people think it's a little over the top. I don't think it is. I think it's actually toned down from the last iteration.
I do too, and I like it. I also like that it's not a big fucking logo. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Rad Gnarly says, unless you tape an injury, that heals when your opponent rips the tape off. That's a really good point. Sheamus just needs to tape his face up, and then as soon as someone rips it off, he'll be good. It's the tape.
So it's actually a Band-Aid with Neosporin underneath.
More or less.
Yeah. See, we learn something new every day. We can figure this out collectively. That's what we do at the dive bar. We pontificate. And
Yeah.
figure shit out.
So do you think they use this triple threat match as an Extreme Rules match? You think they'll start using weapons, or just keep it as the typical no DQ non-weapon match where they just fight outside a lot and bump into shit?
That's a good point. Didn't think about it that way. Yeah, I think Sheamus finds a way to use a kendo stick, and Jeff Hardy finds a way to use a ladder or a table.
Okay.
I don't think Damian Priest really looks forward to doing it until he gets hit with one of them, and then he's like, well, fuck it, it's on now.
I think Damian Priest uses an actual bow and arrow. Go! Red Noise says Jeff is going to be real tempted to get a ladder. He like looks under there and is like, God, I don't see a ladder. I'm fucked. Chaos Theory says, nah, Damian Priest as Punishment Martinez was dope as fucking ROH. Honestly, if they let him hold down the mid-card scene, it would be great for his career. That's what I mean. I want him to hold down and be a strong mid-card champ for a bit. Do that sort of IC title run type deal like we used to see, where it kind of made you into a main event guy.
Yeah, I could see that. You know,
But you also got to be careful, because nowadays it's like you get into the IC title scene and that's just where you stay. It seems like more often than not what we see nowadays is someone gets the world championship, then goes for the IC title or the US title.
Right. Well, I was going to say, do you think for someone like Damian Priest that's a good thing because he hasn't had anything yet? So he then gets to be on, main roster television weekly in very important matches because it is mid-card centric,
Yeah.
Like when it happens to Kevin Owens, we think it's a holding pattern and they have nothing for him.
Mm-hmm.
But this could actually build Damian Priest. I just don't know who else they can bring in or where they put people like Jeff and Sheamus if Damian Priest holds on. You're not going to do more matches with them, right?
Yeah. But Sheamus is still legit enough. He could end up in the world title scene for a little bit and make sense.
Yeah.
Radnar said, what a soft twirl into Sheamus's arm. Yeah, it was really delicate. It's nice. It was sweet. It was a sweet moment.
It was. It's like, come here. I got you.
A little romantic moment.
Yeah.
Come to Shamey, baby. Come to Shamey.
I cradled a baby.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Yeah, sometimes WWE does not do the cameras that well.
Yeah. Well, I think also Damian Priest was being a little softer with a guy like Sheamus than you probably need to be. I think he was concerned his own weight, that if he really threw his weight at Sheamus, that Sheamus might not be strong enough to stop his momentum. But I think with a guy like Sheamus, you just fucking do the thing, man.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, Sheamus is just going to do the thing.
You can see bruising around his eyes still, and that doesn't look like makeup. I think Brie broke his nose the other week.
Well, makeup's not our thing, so
That's
you may or may not be. Oh, there's some swelling too, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, yeah, the yellowing and everything. I'm behind you again because my shit had to render a couple times, but just leave it where it is. We're fine. Sheamus is probably the best example of taking it too far and keeping everybody safe.
Yes.
Like he doesn't punch you; he punches through you.
Yeah.
And you feel it afterwards because they all say you feel it afterwards. But he's never unsafe.
Yeah. Well, Daniel Bryan has said that Sheamus is one of his absolute favorite people to wrestle because he brings it so hard. He goes, I feel like I was in a fight afterwards. Like, some of the guys live for shit like that. Like, Daniel Bryan, I mean,
Yeah.
it's no strange thing that there's so many pictures out there of Daniel Bryan's chest just being completely ground beef after every match. Because, like,
Yeah.
he tells the guys, just chop the shit out of me. I like it.
Fucking Miss Amanda Jane has to be loving it right now. Damian Priest falling off the apron. That wasn't supposed to happen.
Falling in on Arn Anderson.
Yeah. Chaos Theory says, if done right, Sheamus going to NXT and having a feud down there would be really cool. That's not a terrible wrestling take. Sheamus brings such a legitimacy with him, and he also doesn't have bad matches. Seeing him with all the talent, one after the next, could be fucking great.
Maybe. I think 2.0 is different than what he's thinking of. I think he's thinking of Finn Balor. But we're not going to see anything like Finn Balor again.
No, that's true. That's true. And honestly, I don't think we're going to see stories like that anymore.
No, because it was a failure.
Yeah, I think this is straight character development into really fun matches. Next step.
Mm-hmm. It's the part of indie wrestling that I like, not the part that I don't. The part I didn't like was the indie wrestling just being people who've been there for fucking 20 years doing what they always do and looking the same all the time.
Yeah.
Part of indie wrestling I like is seeing a dude get better every time and seeing somebody figure it out and then having your favorite being somebody you've been watching for a long time. And that's what I think they're going back to, is it's truly developmental.
Yeah.
We're going to watch people figure it out. We're going to see shit that sucks, and then they're going to drop it. We're going to see stuff that works, and they're going to lean into it. By the time you see him on the main roster, he's your dude because you've seen him grow.
Yeah.
Problem with a guy like Karrion Kross, he walked in and he walked out of NXT identical. There was no difference between how he walked in or out. So when he does something different or tries something new to see how it goes, everyone flips the fuck out. I'm not even going to talk about whether or not it's actually good or bad or anything. I'm just saying in general, that whole thing. Or even Keith Lee. He walked in and walked out the same. I don't think we're going to see that anymore.
Which is why I thought the release of Bronson Reed was the biggest myth to me, is that he had Thick Boy, he went to Colossal, he had this build into an actual presence within NXT.
Oh, yeah.
And before they had a chance to turn it to that next notch, he gets cut.
Yeah.
But it's to your point, yeah. All Kyle O'Reilly's ever done is gone from a tag team to a singles, but it all looks the same.
Yeah.
Especially after his Finn Balor stuff, it's just him doing
step
Kyle
down,
O'Reilly
man.
stuff,
Rad Gnarly says, Sheamus is rock solid anywhere on the card. It's his blessing and his Irish curse. It's pretty good.
Nah.
And he said, I was hoping they'd bring the game show back. I mean, I actually wouldn't hate that for at least a little while. It'd be funny.
What game show?
NXT used to be a game show.
Oh, yeah, gotcha.
And Jeremy says, Jeff Hardy's starting to look like his brother when they came back in 2018. He looks like he can barely move.
Oh.
Yeah,
it's not It's not the version of Matt Hardy that you want to see.
Yeah.
Pre-slipped again.
Mm-hmm. Oof.
I just got Sheamus doing the backbreaker, and then Jeff Hardy kicking out.
Nice.
Twist of fading Sheamus.
Oh, shit.
Here we go.
Holy shit. Oh, my God. Yeah, this is a little bit nuts. Jeff Hardy and Damian Priest have been going weird.
Oh, Jeff. Oh, man.
But if they keep working through it, I mean, fights can be sloppy, but,
No, that was a
bit
tough
much.
one. That was a tough one.
Oh, shit.
Here we go. I got Jeff
Justin
on the
Time
top
says, let's
rope.
keep that game show NXT in the past where it belongs. And Chaos Theory says, Kyle O'Reilly is dope as a technician, but bland as fuck personality-wise.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, it's hard to
Packers
argue.
just scored again.
Oh, my
16-0
God.
with
Sheamus
1
is
minute left.
amazing.
Yeah, I got Sheamus on the top rope now. How far ahead are you, Army? Like 12 seconds?
No. Watch. Have you seen... There it is. He's all dancing and shit.
Oh, Sheamus is an icon. Fucking love that
Oh,
guy.
Dude, he's so good. Like, when we were in SummerSlam, it was crazy. You could tell how dead the crowd was, and during their match, and during the match, you started seeing Sheamus do a number of things to get the crowd mad at him, and get the crowd to turn on him passionately. And like by the end of the match, yeah, people were cheering us and fucking into it.
.43, and your guy just pulled himself up onto the top rope.
Oh shit!
Here we go.
Oof.
Almost just saw Sheamus'
Sheamus had
bangers and
just nailed a
mash.
swanton there, I would have died laughing. Oh, that'd have been so funny if Sheamus actually did the dance and did a swanton.
Yeah. Well, we can block that guy, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna jump in there real quick.
it's really cool to come watch along, but it's also even cooler to mind your fucking business. But that's just my opinion.
All right, cool. He's banned. Not a problem at all. I don't know what platform some people are on, but message deleted and banned. So unless he was a big fan of Effie, then it's confusing.
It's not worth figuring out.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a whole conversation trying to sort out.
Oh.
There we go.
Boom.
Yeah,
And
this
then,
one.
oh, not a roll up for the win. Sure was. Boo.
I don't mind roll ups.
Boo.
Those don't bother me.
No, I just, and I don't know. It could I guess because of how sloppy things were, or got in points, that if we got something a little bit more definitive as a win, make me feel a little bit better. But yeah, it wasn't that great. It wasn't horrendous, but there's a couple spots.
The crowd got into it though, man. They were fired up.
That Sheamus knee is legit too.
Oh yeah, Sheamus is dope.
Jeremy in time saying it was pretty rough.
Yeah.
Yes, it was. That's why Marsh deleted it from the chat.
I think he's talking about the match.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. Yeah, and Jeremy says crowd was hot for Jeff Hardy though. They were. I think they were hot for the match in general. I think they really wanted Jeff Hardy to do something. I think. Oh yeah, look at Damian Priest showing load of respect to Jeff. Doing the old Scott Hall to Jeff. Jeff Hardy showing respect to Damian Priest. That's cool.
Oh, could this be his last match?
No, I don't think so. I mean, it's possible. That's funny. Damian Priest call me and he high fives them.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I'm sure you heard him on After the Bell, right?
Biggie?
Damian Priest.
Damian Priest? Oh, yeah.
Yeah. He's loving being in WWE. He feels that the lifestyle of WWE, the I keep saying pop and circumstance all the time, but I'm trying to avoid saying that, but that's what it is. They put in the themes, the dramatics, the showings, the pyro, all that shit, the grand scale in which WWE does wrestling. Yeah. He's always felt like he's been built for. I think that's great. It's great that he wants to be here and be a part of that, because that just means we'll get the best version of him.
Yeah. I do think there's still, I mean, we've talked about it before, but like the difference between AEW and WWE is that there's a massive difference between what they're offering wrestlers to try and master. Completely different things. So I think you will see some people who want to prove they can do what WWE does, and it's not the same as proving you can do what AEW does and vice versa. You know what I mean? So I think guys
not
like
necessarily.
Damian Priest, well, 100%. They're
no, I'm saying I don't necessarily understand what you mean.
So if you go to AEW, they're fucking basically hands off on what you're doing. And they've talked about it a lot. You're working with other talent to figure out what you're going to do. Can you get over as doing whatever you're doing? I mean, whether or not the fans are letting them actually get over, or just getting over for the sake of being in AEW is a whole other argument. But the idea being, are you going to get over on your own with your own thing and your own ideas? Are your ideas that good? Versus, can you succeed in the machine? You know what I mean? Because the machine is going to be different. It's a whole other set of challenges. You know what I mean?
Gotcha. Yeah, the way you said it was that it's on the desire of the performer to execute that, which is it's true, but then the way you laid it out was as if the end result, not the I don't know. I was confused in the beginning when you said it, but now
I think that you can have talent get offered a contract by both of them, and they figure out, do I want to see if I can succeed in the thing? Are you good enough to get anything over? Which is what it is in WWE. Are you good enough to get anything over, regardless if it's your idea or not?
Right.
And in AEW, can your idea be popular? End of story. You know what I mean? And I do think that there's a whole different skill set for that. I think some people can get themselves over and not anything over. I think there are some people who can get anything over regardless of if it's their idea or not. You know what I mean? Which is pretty cool.
Yes. I think that's the perfect way to put it. And who can you get over?
Yeah.
Who can, and I think, when you look at someone like Adam Cole, he's one of the most over people in AEW already. And he's this same exact person he was in NXT. And if you don't want to bring that energy and fandom to NXT and say NXT sucks, that's just not true. It's you're choosing not to root for the same person doing the same exact thing at a place you don't want to watch.
Yeah.
But Adam Cole can't make WWE TV because you guys talked about it. I believe it was on episode 1.
I think it was episode
Adam
1.
Cole goes on the main stage everyone gets so big in NXT and it's like, well, I hope they don't go to main roster. Does Adam Cole get people to buy WrestleMania, or does Adam Cole get people to buy All Out? And that's a big difference. It's a big difference.
Yeah. Jeremy in Time says, I thought maybe Jeff was going to turn heel for a second there, and Chaos said Jeff Hardy needs to turn retired before he gets hurt really bad.
Instead of turning heel, turn retired.
Yeah. There's a lot of that whole family. I mean, Matt Hardy's not doing himself any favors either. Let's see. I left it too hard for that. Amanda Jane Cole was better on the Indies. Adam Cole looks normal with the Bucks.
Yeah.
Dude, the idea that Becky and Bianca is next.
Yeah, it does look like it. What I need to understand is how was Cole better on the Indies if it looks the same exact way against the same exact people?
Yeah.
I don't understand. It looked identical. Is it because he didn't look smaller on the Indies? Like he doesn't look smaller in AEW now?
He doesn't. The other thing is she was in the audience. Every show is better when you're in the audience.
Well,
I'm not even saying that to be a dick. But when you're physically there, it's a better show. 100% of the time.
Well, I'll find out at Survivor Series and MLW.
Mm-hmm. You're going to go to those shows and be like, yo, this shit's incredible. And people at home watching it being like, it could have been better. And you're like, what are you talking about? Because you were there.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Being there is a huge deal.
All right, while they're still doing the things, I'm going to refill on some seltzer. I can still hear you, so talk as much shit as you want because I'll probably that.
All right. I'm sure Delaware has plenty of seltzer. Justin says, how awesome would it be if Bayley comes back after this match? I was thinking about that. She's been looking good lately, walking around without crutches. I don't know. And I thought that the idea that Becky in that promo said, I'm the greatest superstar to ever hold this title, felt like a shot at Bayley more than anything to me. Because I was like, oh, the person who held it the absolute longest was Bayley. So I think they are building towards a Bayley-Becky story at some point here, one way or the other. Chaos Theories thinks Cole and Undisputed Era is better than Indies or AEW. I mean, maybe. I haven't almost anything he's done, so I think people are going to have their preferences. I think it's fine. Jeremy says Bayley with the Super Cena health program of healing. Hell yeah, dude. She's going to come out with a robot leg. And then, Amanda Jane says, not really. Who he worked with on the Indies made those guys look good. Or maybe it was the style of matches. I am excited for this match, though. My problem here, though, is I worked myself. This is one where I desperately thought there was no reason and no way we couldn't have Bianca cut one promo saying, I want that match, but I'm not trying to have 30 seconds with you one way or the other. I want a 30-minute Iron Woman match. May the best woman win. So I wish this was an Iron Woman match, because then what I would do is I'd have Bianca win in 30 seconds and then lose the next two. And so it's like, if only you just not challenged Becky to an Iron Woman match, you'd be champion. And then you have a longer program then. And you have more Becky being a total asshole and more Bianca saying she was cheated or fooled or whatever. You can do a whole thing. Watch me shine now. I think Bianca's wearing Extreme Rules gear, as in, like, it's the same color palette as the Extreme Rules logo. Mama own against the wall, against the wall. Let's see. Chaos Theory, $6 million Bailey. Oh, she said Steen and Old Bucks. Yeah, I've actually heard that the Bucks of New Japan and Indies was the best Bucks. That everything they've done has been like iffy, especially since coming to America for like Ring of Honor and stuff. So, Jeremy Marsh, you expected a stipulation Extreme Rules? Blasphemy. I'm just saying that there was a story there that could have easily got us there. That's what confused me the absolute most. Man coming out, being a badass. Let's see. Just Times. I want to see an entire episode of wrestling talk with Mr. Chaos and Amanda now. Oh, we can make that happen. Well, I mean, they could. I can't.
I want stacks.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Becky wearing all white.
All right, I'm back with the worst microphone snack of all time, pretzels. So,
Becky in all white. I don't know how I feel about it.
yeah, me neither. I hate her hair too.
I don't hate her hair.
I do. Hey, Justin, I missed it. Did Bianca do her whole entrance the whole way?
Yeah. She's doing it again now here. I'm on my own against the wall. I twirl my hair with my hair against the wall.
Oh, so I backed out and came back in. I got Becky holding up the title.
Okay.
Where are we at on that? Are we close?
Well, they're making the announcement in there right now. Amanda Jane says Bianca looking like the NXT 2.0 logo. Bishop said, or Jeremy says Bishop got a for a drink, so he didn't have to see Bianca do her same old entrance. Got it for a drink. Another track for the WOTR cover album. I know, dude. Bianca's a good one.
That was one of your first ones. At the Royal Rumble watch along, you were doing that one.
Oh yeah, it's been one of the originals. One of the OGs.
Do they shake hands? All right, I need somebody to deep dive this. What's Becky's gear? Because I don't like it. If it means something, I might like it, but I don't like it.
I think it's just her stepping away from everything we've seen before.
Away from the man gear?
Yeah, because everything's been, I mean, ever since she was, like the last kicker, she was wearing black socks with white stripes. Now she's in white with red. Like, it's a similar look, but a completely different look.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of black and yellow, it's white and gray. I think it's just a way to remove her from that. But her hair's not totally distant. Oh, plus the braids on both sides instead of being on one.
Yeah, I don't know. I usually like Becky's gear, but maybe I'm not supposed to like her. She's doing a good job.
I mean, well, that's just true too. Oh, the all black thing's always cool, right?
Yeah.
And maybe it's also just us getting used to something that we so dramatically have not seen before.
Very true. Nice. Yeah, I like Becky doing veteran moves against her.
Yeah. Oh.
I got Bianca just did the body slam. Is that where you're at?
I mean, I've seen that.
Okay, so you're probably ahead of me still.
I mean, I got both of them on, so I know where you're at because I.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, they just did the picture-in-picture replay.
Oh yeah.
But,
no, you're on. I'm on the picture-in-picture over here.
Okay. Cool. I'd like to thank WWE for making this match during the halftime of the Packers 49ers game.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure they waited just for it so I can watch this without any distractions whatsoever.
Because I know the yellow and black was because of Kill Bill. I'm trying to think of what white and silver and red might be.
Dude, you're connected to the industry. You should know.
Well, I mean, it was like Kill Bill, but also Bruce Lee was the thing.
Oh, check this out.
Hmm.
So, TWTakes Jr. goes, hey, why does Bianca smack her butt? I'm like, we're not sure, but it's just part of her character. He goes, I don't like it.
Yeah. Well, it's the whole kiss my ass thing.
Right. But she's a good guy.
Yeah. Becky talking mad shit to Michael Cole. Oh, I love Michael Cole standing up for himself. Didn't need to worry about me. She was paying attention to what's going on in the ring.
Very true.
Let's see. Oh, Chaos Theory going out. He's going to go get a hug as...
High as.
Oh, I gotcha. And then shouts to
highest,
Homie Chaos for coming through. Yeah, dude, thanks for coming to have a drink with us. You're going to miss all the best stuff, but, you know, that's on you, man.
Hell yeah. Oh, man.
On a color wheel is yellow opposite of red?
On the color wheel,
Mm-hmm.
they're right next to each other because they make orange.
Oh. You have kids, that's how you know shit like that. Like, don't talk down to me like that. You know what I mean? Like, watch your fucking tone on my show, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just not fair.
Dude, you got terrible color takes. I'm just trying to say.
That's a hashtag terrible color take right there.
Actually, it is one of 3 primary colors, so they're actually not across from anything. All primary colors are next to each other.
I thought about that too. I was like, if I remember right, the color wheel is only 3 colors, so nothing can be across from it, and they're all across from it. Yeah, well, actually, as producer here, there was only 3 colors to begin with. It is Ohio State colors, though. She lives in Iowa,
Yep.
so...
Yeah, they are Ohio State colors. They are in Ohio for the pay-per-view.
They are, huh?
Yeah. Where did you pull that proper sports take from?
You fucking asked me about my sources, dude. I'm...
I promise I'm not being disrespectful on your show. Fucking sources. No, one of my favorite parts is when you and Kev are going back and forth, and then you jump into a real sports thing, or he jumps into a real sports thing, and then you go on the complete opposite end of that. It's like, I believe they're a basketballer team, or it's like,
So I went to a baseball game
shit.
the other day, and I wore my Pat McAfee for the brand shirt and a hat that said balls. And I sent a picture, or before I got my shirt on, as I'm putting it on, I'm telling the producer, I was like, look, it's my sports shirt.
because
then when I
kicking
went-
a football.
Yeah, because he's kicking a football. And then, I was like, plus, it's a balls hat. Because it's sports, so it's about the balls. I sent a picture to Kev, and he goes, is that your only sports shirt with quotations around sports? And I was like, motherfucker, he nailed it. Rad Gnarly saying, is this Becky's attempt at Fifth Element gear? Maybe.
Oh, little Lilo Dallas multi-pass.
Yeah, maybe.
Are we getting some research on that?
Seth, when he had the white gear, was all white and gold, right? It wasn't white and silver.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because I think we're starting to see a connection between Seth and Becky in their promos and stuff. It's almost like they were both at home just feeding each other's egos, and she's embracing the vision kind of a deal. And you know what I mean? Like in kayfabe?
Yeah. Yeah, the original, no, I don't buy it. I think she would do a better job of executing Fifth Element.
I think so too.
Because Fifth Element's more strappy, and this is just a Ohio State practice jersey.
Yeah.
It's a good polo, and actually, I would like to see her do Fifth Element, especially with the orange hair, and then do some orange accents on it.
Yeah.
Good
This
pull.
match is good. I'm afraid that Bianca's going to have to win it, or it's going to fucking actually hurt Bianca to have such a competitive good match and then lose it.
Well, this is where a finish like they had in the Charlotte match would make sense. Is she crying because she's about to win?
I don't know. Maybe.
She gets way too emotional in the ring.
Yeah, she does look like she's crying. I mean, she also could potentially just be recognizing the idea of... I mean, it could be that we're just getting close to the end of the match regardless. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because she's about to maybe finish her match with Becky, which is, a dream. Well... Amanda James says they live in Iowa. She goes, I guess that's better than other states.
Womp womp.
I mean, she's not wrong. It's actually in the country. And alcohol ships there.
That's true. That's true. Actually, I got denied on the Broken Skull IPA as well, and then I found a site that ended up shipping it to me. So I actually got a retweet from Austin
Nice.
because I was like, Delaware's first Broken Skull IPA. So he hit me with a hell yeah. I was like, fucking right, I made it.
Hell yeah.
And I can send Miss Amanda Jane some miles and miles of dead cornfields in Delaware. It's a
You
shame.
should take a picture of cornfield and tag her in it.
Yeah. Got one right across the street from my house. They choose not to pick.
Is like fresh popcorn like a thing there?
No.
Nah, you guys suck. Couldn't even figure out how to do corn right. Jeremy says, is it possible to be too much of a babyface? If so, I think Bianca is a great example.
Yeah. But that's also not knowing yourself as a character.
I disagree, because if it's working, it's working. You know what I mean? Like, the crowd's behind her. I mean, look at Big E. Everyone keeps saying, just get more serious, and he just continues to get silly and silly because it works. It's who they are, you know?
That's fair enough.
I mean, realistically, look at Bayley. How much more babyface can you get? She's such a babyface that even as a heel, people fucking love her.
Oh, into it.
Oh.
Bianca's not giving her.
Oh, shit.
She keeps twisting.
She's not giving her,
yeah.
Twisting.
I do like the idea, though. You guys were talking about Bayley maybe making a surprise. I do like the idea of Bayley coming out and fucking over Becky and Bianca winning. I wouldn't mind that.
There's something that was brought up today in a conversation I was having about when someone screws someone else out of the title, and the idea is because you want a match with the person who had it to begin with. Why would you screw them out of the title when you could have had a title match? You know what I mean? Like, if Bayley wants a match with Becky, why wouldn't you do what it takes to keep Becky with the title so you can take the title if you're trying to get a match with someone you believe you can beat? You know what I mean?
Well, no, to your point that Becky talked shit.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with you. If Becky didn't talk shit, and Bayley, because Bayley's coming out for her name, she's not coming out for the title.
But you can do both.
Well, yeah, but that's up to storylines.
But it creates a little bit of weirdness. If she wanted to prove she's better than Becky, why not prove you're better than Becky and become champion? Versus proving you're better than Becky and not becoming champion.
Yeah. I think Becky's spinning sidekick is severely underrated. It doesn't get talked about enough.
Mm-hmm. I think a lot of people undermine Becky and how good she is because she does move a little bit weird. But she moves really identifiably. She reminds me in a sense of like Matt Hardy. Matt Hardy's always moved a little bit weirder and a little bit peculiarly, but it's all fluid. And I do think she has a kind of an awkward way of moving. But I do think that she gets everything to connect and look good and still be clean. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I've always, from the beginning, I've always gravitated to her because
it looks different.
She always felt more in sync.
Yeah, and there's something that's like realistic and looking a little awkward in execution, but still executing it on the dot. You know?
Yep.
It's one of the reasons I gravitated to her right away because she looked different, she moved different, but everything was clean and everything was there.
Yeah.
Yeah, Red Gnarly, Matt's always been weirdly bow-legged, exactly. Or when you think about the way he turns, or like, it's almost like his neck doesn't move a ton. You know what I mean? Like, he moves a little bit weird.
Yeah.
And I'm definitely not saying anything about that in a negative way. I think there's something to it.
Mm-hmm.
Something that I start, like I said, I gravitated toward Becky because she looked so different and executed so well. Let's see, you know. Amanda says that everyone has a dark side, talking about Bianca, so she thinks Bianca will eventually turn. Maybe. I think it's going to be a while.
I think her heel character is going to be great.
Well, I also think that she's shown her dark side every time she uses her hair as a whip. That there's a little bit there, you know what I mean? Even when she uses it as a babyface.
Think about everything she's doing, and instead of being happy, being smug. It translates perfectly.
She was a heel in NXT.
Yeah. Yeah. But we just barely saw her.
Yeah. But she became so relatable with her promos that I don't think they had a lot of choice. I think they just had to make her babyface. Brad Darley says, can she lose a hair
Well, they
versus hair match
forced
and
it
then
on
go
her.
heel?
Ooh.
Funny. She could do hair versus Naomi. Naomi's hair on Friday was like past her knees. It was a good match, man.
Yeah. Only a couple timing things. Other than that, I mean,
Oh yeah,
yeah, they're
but it's
great.
looked well. Like they've worked through
Yeah,
it well.
yeah.
I forget who was saying it. Oh, you know, it was Josh Barnett was saying, like, if something looks sloppy, so what? He goes, fights are sloppy. He goes, watch MMA. It gets
Yeah.
sloppy. He goes, it's a matter about what you do next on if people notice it was a
Oh,
botch or not.
oh!
Come on, lock it in.
Lean back. She already got out of it one way this way, or one time this way. Oh no, I know what they're gonna do.
Oh, yeah. Oh, shit.
Here we go.
Oh, shit. What the
That's
fuck?
not Bailey.
Holy
That's not
shit.
Bailey at all.
That's not Bailey. Sasha Banks coming out to beat the shit out of Bianca.
Looking incredible. Holy fuck. That's new for her too. Doing the onesie like that. Wow.
And that's a fucking heel ass thing to do. You know what I mean? People wanted this match. They've been dying for it. They wanted more than 26 seconds. And she ruined it. And now you got... Are you going to get the Four Horsewomen back to together now that they're all fucking heels?
I'd be okay with
Heel
it.
gives her the thumbs up. Or is Sasha going to fucking slap her too?
Welcome back.
Oh.
So that's a babyface thing to do.
Oof.
So Sasha's the best to hold that belt?
Maybe. Maybe. Let's see. Boo this ending. I don't have any problem with this ending because it keeps the story going with 3 top talent. 3 main eventers for sure.
Yeah.
I do not subscribe to the idea for 1 second that we are owed clean victories or the 1, 2, 3. I don't subscribe to that at all. And if it moves the story forward, if it's
the
a
story
fucking
makes
schmoz
sense.
finish
Yeah.
that is fucking makes no sense, or they do it every single match or something, because realistically, the last match we had with Becky and Bianca was a clean match.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't mind this at all because now it puts Bianca and Sasha and Becky and Sasha in a triangle.
I just don't know if we need it though. I thought they were doing a really good job putting Bianca up there. That you didn't have to put Sasha in right now.
So if Bianca had won, then what?
I mean, then go back to Sasha, or I don't know. I don't fantasy book. I'm just saying that.
Just lost audio.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not more invested in Bianca now that Sasha came back to fuck things up.
Are you there?
Fuck. San Francisco scored again.
Oh.
It's now 17-13.
Let's see. Red
Speaking
Gnarly
of,
says,
what was the title match?
was it Jeremy says, I don't know how I feel about it just yet. Red Gnarly says, I'm tired of the same women in the title picture. So what, you want Becky not in the title? I mean, like, it's Becky, like, she's. Did you think Stone Cold wasn't in the title picture much? Like,
Right.
let's see. Just in Time still proponent of ending the brand split, which I couldn't disagree with more. I think the brand split's incredibly important for the talent and other people. There was a while where SmackDown was showing a whole bunch of stuff from Raw, and it was just like small Raw because the talent had to be on both and shit. And the talent got more exhausted, and you saw the top people like the Stone Colds and Rocks just getting burnt the fuck out. No, I think the brand split's actually great. And it adds for a build of anticipation for like an actual inside dream match kind of deal. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, people have been talking about it for over a year. When they want Drew McIntyre versus Roman again. That doesn't happen if there's no brand split. Because then it's like, well, then just do it, you know?
Right. Then Roman versus Lashley.
Yeah. But having more people in the women's title picture, I think, is more important than saying they want different women in the title picture. Because, I mean...
Right.
Who do you want over there? Zelina? Liv? Carmella? I mean, Carmella's ready for it, but she's been in and out of it so much. I don't think that Liv or even Tony are ready to be in that title picture just yet. And I think Tony's amazing. I think Liv's amazing, but I don't think that they're there yet. And having more women in the title picture now, like a Sasha, a Bianca, and a Becky, adds more platforms to get there. You know?
Yeah, and without the brand split, instead of having the same 3 women in the title scene on SmackDown and the same 3 women on the title scene on Raw, instead of having 6 women in the title scene, you would have 3. So you'd actually have less. And then all the complaining that people do on, oh, why isn't this person on TV? Why did that match get cut? Is because they feature the champions. So having 2 shows with 2 championships, plus the women's tag.
Yeah.
This is it. Last match coming up.
Yeah. Like, I mean, do you think that you would get even Carmella and Liv's story if there wasn't a brand split? Because I don't.
No,
you would only have the... Nope. You'd have the Bianca and you'd basically just have the title stories. You would just have the tag title on one side, and you'd have the world. You'd have like 2 segments each week of both of them. Yeah, I think the brand split's important for getting people more TV time.
And if you, and same thing with even Marie and Doudrop, right? Like they're non-title participants on the show. Yeah. You're not going to have room for non-title participants, not 4 of them, you know, from the women's side of it. Yeah. Because you would have the title scene on SmackDown. If that title goes away, they would be the non-title participants. What do you do with those other 4 characters? What do you do with Liv? What do you do with Carmella? With this Naomi thing that's happening with Sonya Deville?
Yeah. You wouldn't have that.
You know?
And if you had it, it would be happening only on Raw. They would be saving all the big stuff for like a SmackDown because they got less time. And so then you'd be like, well, how come there's no women on SmackDown as much? Why are we only seeing title stuff on SmackDown and not on both? And this is the only way I think it's the only thing that makes sense.
Right.
I mean, it's why I've always gotten excited for the shakeups and the drafts, because it's all like, okay, now who's our rosters to work with, and what matches do I want to see there? Like, I like those change-ups. I like the idea that it's like, okay, for a year, I'm not going to get Roman and Drew on the same show. So then when Survivor Series comes around and they tease a match, you go, oh shit, this is exciting, you know?
Yeah, I agree. The only thing I didn't like about the draft or shakeups or anything like that is when they were doing them twice in a calendar year. Yeah. They would do it in like the end of the year and then also like right after WrestleMania. And so you're moving it too much.
Yeah. And then Justin says, then how about ending it to a certain point? Like champions are exclusive to the brands and the entire rest of the roster floats between both. Yeah,
if
but I
you
think
can
part
find
of
a viable way to build contenders, then I agree.
Yeah, I wouldn't have a problem with that to a degree. I think that the conversation where people want to end the brand split also comes along with them saying they want to combine all the titles, and I think it would definitely not work at that point. You'd still have to have all the same titles that you have now.
Right.
Do you think there's any chance that Finn Balor wins this?
Yes.
Me too. I think there's a point there. Because I also think that Finn Balor, the man, has beaten Roman. Finn Balor, the man, almost beat Brock Lesnar. The Demon's never faced either one of them. And the Demon hasn't lost. So it's reasonably, from a kayfabe Demon perspective, possible. My fear would be that, for one, in the kickoff, Paul Heyman said that Roman Reigns will go to face Brock Lesnar as the champion in Saudi Arabia, and that was not a prediction, a spoiler, and they've never had Paul Heyman be wrong about his spoilers before. So that's a bit of a thing.
That's interesting.
But at the same point, the wise man Paul Heyman has not been seeming to be very wise towards Roman lately. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I also think that my fear would be that if Demon takes it here, because I think that you could have a world where Brock Lesnar cheats, gets involved to cost Roman the match, so Balor wins it. But at the same time, again, that goes to, why would you cost Roman the match when you have a match with Roman coming up? You would just leave the title on him,
Right.
Or, you could screw Demon out of the match without having him lose it with a DQ from Brock either way.
But this is the one stipulation. This is an Extreme Rules match.
Oh,
so they
you're right.
can't DQ this match.
No DQ.
Yeah, I thought about that too.
Why is Roman coming out first? That's real fucking weird. Because they've always done not only is it typically that, their whole rule is, well, the champion can decide to come out if they want. But Roman's always been on my time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's why his entrance takes 30 minutes. I'll get there when I get there. The show waits for me. So, I don't know. This is one of those ones where I can talk myself into it, but I also have a hard time believing that Roman's going to lose a title here and then have a match with Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, I'm not sure. And they also haven't done the physical to build the feud. Like, it hasn't been, I don't know, because people have been documented. Roman is adjacently involved with so many people at the same time that between Finn and Roman themselves, it doesn't seem as tense as it should be.
Yeah.
But Finn's just trying to prove the point that he's getting fucked over enough that he has to bring out the Demon, which is great. But I don't know what that means. Like, if you want to go into the IWC isms of this, right? Is this WWE wanting to get rid of all the undefeated streaks? Because they mentioned that on SmackDown too, that the Demon's undefeated. Is this them wanting to make Roman look as strong as possible by beating the only undefeated character that's left? Is this, them wanting to present the Demon because the Demon is now going to be a character on TV more often? It doesn't seem as logical as it should have for the Demon to be present now. So I'm so up in the air. I don't know why we're at this point. But because I know what we're watching, I think 85-15 Roman wins, but I think that 15 is a pretty strong 15 that the Demon could win.
I think it's possible. Justin Time says, I actually hope Finn wins. Brock and Roman doesn't really need the title. The story is more about Paul Heyman than the title. Plus, if they're building towards a Rock and Roman match, that doesn't really need the title either. The story there is just who's the true head of the table. But the whole point of the head of the table is that he needs the Universal Championship to feed the family. You know what I mean?
Get more money for being the champion.
Yep, and he's always proven that, or he's always talked about how that's representation of him being the brand, being bigger than the brand in a sense, like so much of this Roman character is so intertwined with the title that if he were to just straight up break away and not give a shit about the title anymore, it would almost undermine the title.
Right.
And like you said, if they are building to Rock and Roman, why not have him destroy the Demon to where it really becomes a who in the world could possibly beat Roman if not even the Demon could? then you do start building towards a Rock, because then it's all like, the Rock is, the GOAT. Like, so I don't know. I can really talk myself into both sides of it, which maybe is the most compelling part about this. Amanda Jane says, we'll look at AEW, same old shit on each, though. To a degree, yeah. Like, I mean, they don't have any kind of brand split, and you're seeing the same stuff on a bunch of the shows, and then Rampage becomes just a lesser Dynamite, and if you don't have a brand split, then maybe Raw becomes a lesser SmackDown, and you know what I mean? So, the conversation could be had. And Jeremy does say, Roman stories recently have been really confusing recently. They're trying to build a story with Finn, Brock, and seemingly Big E at Survivor Series at the same time. It seems really cluttered. I think it makes Roman seem really important, the fact that there's so many spinning plates around him.
Yeah. It's just hard to invest into the match then. Because if this was Roman versus Finn, not Roman versus the Demon, again, that extra layer that they put on there shows you it's supposed to have more importance. Mm-hmm. But based off of what? Not what they've shown us. Because it's important to Finn, not important to Roman. Yeah. If that makes sense.
And I do think that if it was against Finn Balor, there wouldn't even be a question of, can Finn possibly win this? It would be like, oh, no, Finn just wouldn't win against Roman.
Right.
So I do think this adds that shadow of, is it possible?
This AR is crazy.
Yeah, it's fucking insane.
What were your thoughts of them having the Demon show up in full makeup multiple times?
I love it. Love it. Get it out there. Get people thinking about it. The people hasn't seen it in 2 years. Put it out there a number of times so people can see it and really start talking about it and maybe question it enough to look up more shit. Like, do it. Jesus. This fucking Mohawk spiked headband thing is nuts.
Hell yeah.
And
go ahead.
This is the detail that Finn does. He moves different as the Demon. He uses different facial expressions as the Demon. I noticed it on Friday, too. If you notice when he was thrown into the ring, he was thrown in and slid on his knees. Oh, his tongue is black. He uses these details where his literal moveset is a different way of executing similar moves or the same moves even. Like, watch him when he's moving in the ring. He tumbles different. It's insane.
But do his balls come out of his tights differently?
Different boner. Like, look at the way he goes up the ring. Up the steps even. It's all different. It reminds me of Daniel Bryan when he started doing the different styles when he first turned heel and was doing a lot more like crawling and an animalistic kind of style. Like, he even stands different. His head's lower. His shoulders are higher.
Yeah. Shouts to Rad Gnarly. He said all Finn's missing is a set of devil sticks and he's ready for Woodstock 99.
What are the devil sticks?
You don't remember devil sticks?
No.
It's you had 2 sticks in your hand. You got to smack the stick back and forth.
Yeah. Those are dope. Little juggling sticks.
Yeah.
Imagine going to Burning Man and seeing the Demon there.
Hell yeah. Or the Burning Man is in the Demon garb.
Yeah.
He's got a fucking spiked up mohawk and shit. He's gonna show his potatoes.
Boing.
I'm down for it. I was talking with a couple people about the whole Finn explaining the Demon thing.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, it hasn't happened in like 2-3 years. It's dope when he explains it. Just let it happen. Like, and it's not everyone was watching back then.
Yeah.
There's people that need to see this shit for the first time.
It's one of my biggest problems with when I do finally tune into AEW from time to time is they don't explain anything. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
And something will happen.
Yeah.
And we'll be like, oh my God, isn't this amazing? I'll be like, wait, why? And they don't explain it. A lot of times I feel lost and I feel like I don't know what I'm watching. And then when you go online and even ask you about, like, oh, don't you know about this from like 2012 and this happened in Japan?
Right.
And I'm like, well, I didn't know there was a shitload of homework before I tuned in. Like, so I never mind when either shows, because I've seen also AEW do a great job of explaining some things. So I just never mind when any of these shows explain a little bit more. So I'd rather hear it repeated than to tune in and not know what the fuck's going on.
Yeah, absolutely. It'd be great to be well informed.
Yeah. Over-inform your hardcore audience and welcome in the new audience. Because I think every show, especially one like this, or wrestling shows, should be very welcoming to anybody who's tuning in, because it is a weird thing to watch. Like, and the more you talk to people who aren't wrestling fans, the more you realize, dude, his fucking fingers are up in those nose.
Yeah, big time.
Yeah, that dude's
Big
got
time.
booger on him now. Before he goes out there, he's like, please blows your nose, Roman.
I'm
Hey,
telling
Roman.
you, fucking
Yeah.
Roman gives himself, man.
Yeah.
He loves making other people look great.
Mhm.
And you don't really need to help Finn do that, but allowing Finn to do those things is also a big part of it.
Mm-hmm. Even the way he just got to his knees. See how he kind of spun? That's not
Yeah.
a Finn Balor thing. That's a demon thing. Yeah.
Yeah, like I remember the whole Seth Rollins Demon Kane thing and how they
Yeah.
were trying to explain all that, and it didn't come off that well, but you at least got some backstory. And then
Yeah.
when they were doing it with Wyatt, and that fell through, but then this is fucking dope, man.
Dude, and on top of that, right? So I'll use me as an example because I'm a dumb person. The first match I watched after like 10 years of not watching, it wasn't first match, but the first show was the weekend of SummerSlam when they brought out the Universal Championship to begin with. So the first time I ever saw Finn
shit.
Balor was the Demon.
Right.
So when I
Right.
saw him come out against Seth, I was like, well, there's no way this Demon guy can win, because why would they ever put a main title on such a gimmicky thing like a guy in total paint, like it's like gold dust? And when I hit up my buddy who was there, I was like, oh, I'm kind of surprised because the guy's such a gimmick. It was just all face paint. And he goes,
What the fuck?
yeah. He's like, I just don't know how to tell you any differently than you're just so wrong about it. There's nothing gimmick about the Demon. It's a particular side of one character. And I was like, what are you talking about? The dude's fully covered. So I was really confused. I had no idea.
Yeah.
I think maybe I wasn't paying very well attention. Maybe they did a bad job of explaining it going into it. But yeah, those video packages I think are good, because I still know people who only watch the big pay-per-views or only watch pay-per-views in general.
It was one of my least favorite things I saw in NXT. I said, this just looks fucking stupid. This looks like a small guy who has to become some character that's what it takes for him to beat people up. And then I watched him wrestle and I go, oh, you're pretty good, but your finishing move is stupid. I'm going to stomp on your belly and fall backwards.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm a fan. He grew on me.
That is really weird, though, the stick with more sticks on it.
Yeah,
Because it doesn't seem like it would actually be as effective.
correct. It would
You know
whip
what I mean?
less. It would actually be, yeah.
Yeah, it's too stable now.
Yep. Let me reinforce this so I don't hurt you as hard.
Yeah. And, have a harder time swinging it.
Yeah.
Like, I can get
Yeah,
more
'cause
speed off one than 5.
He grabbed it higher up too and kind of bunted it into him.
Yeah.
You're a baseball guy. He bunted it.
Oh, yeah. The old just the tip.
It's not what I said.
Well, that's what it is in baseball. You tell me a bunt is not a just the tip hit?
It's not supposed to be, and I hate the way professionals bunt because they bunt horrendously. You're supposed to square the barrel into the proper spot.
Roman's so good. He pushes the table back under and turns to the crowd. No tables. No tables.
Oh, I just got there. I just got there. Nice.
He just fucking shoves it under there. I love the way he slides it back under.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
So fucking funny. I love shit like that. Then he goes back under the ring after pushing it down there. He goes, no, I'll give you chairs. But
He
no
didn't
tables."
pull the table out. He just pulled the table out. To my table.
Yeah.
Hey, does John Cena come back?
For hustle, loyalty, and tables.
Yeah. I was talking with the missus about I've kind of bucket listed some cool shit when it came to wrestling. I got to see an Undertaker entrance on purpose. I also got to see the sneak out from under the ring.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen the glass break or the Rock come out of nowhere. And those two things would make me go nuts. And then I was like, you know what? Fucking Cena's entrance, I'd fucking pop for. I would go nuts for.
I've lost it every time I've seen it. And I've seen it like 3 or 4 times.
Nice.
I love it. Becky Lynch's entrance fucking gets me nuts too, though. Let's see. Justin Time says, damn, is Finn's paint some kind of permanent paint? Amazing how it's come off or smudged. Dude, it's like symbiote.
He's the demon, bro.
It took over, man.
Yeah.
That's his skin now. It's going to take a whole condition thing. He's going to have to listen to some sort of podcast that has some sort of skincare promo code. Balor getting the table out. And Miss Mendes says they probably use theatrical stuff like they use for Wicked, for the Wicked Witch. She's green, dummy.
It's not what they use. That's funny. It is staying on a la Roddy Piper.
Come on now.
Are we allowed to talk about that?
No, we're not. No one knows
Did you
what you're
hear-
talking about.
Have you heard that story?
No, yeah, I know all about it.
That they stole his conditioner so he
Yeah.
couldn't take it off.
Yeah, so you had to fucking go through an airport with it.
It's so fucked up.
Super fucked up.
Yeah, I mean, is anybody gonna cancel Balor for this shit, or is this
Come on now. Rad Gnarly says, I know what you're
Artistic
talking about, LOL. No, you don't, Rad. Nobody knows what he's talking about.
What did Heyman just give Roman?
Little thumb.
There's a little black baggie. and
Oh,
then
he's
he gave
wearing
it
a
back.
mask.
Oh shit! Because he's going
Because
out
he went to the crowd.
Dude,
Wow.
I'm like half emotional right now. Like I don't know if that's his commitment to the match, commitment to the character. You know what I'm
Commitments
saying?
to his
Commitment to the
health.
company, commitment to us, definitely to himself.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Wow.
Shouts to Roman.
Dude, is that the Rock one? Wow. Management just does say, but it doesn't wear off under the lights for 2 hours. This is not going to be a 2-hour match, Amanda. And Rad Gnarly says, I wouldn't know if I had Peacock, probably. Little something for the censors. Nobody knows what you're talking about.
Oh, that's a bad optic.
Yeah. Roman from behind, looking to smash. I'm gonna smash you.
Finn grabbing his lower back in pain.
Yeah.
Roman taps out because Finn removes his mask.
Yeah. Yeah, there's definitely something real neat about him wearing that mask. I like it a lot.
Touchdown Packers. Shouts.
Hey, how about them Niners, Amanda?
Dude, why are they... Wait. Is the Demon and Roman a tag team separating right now?
What do you mean?
They're wearing the same colors, bro. They're both black and red. Are
Demon
they
and
a
Roman?
tag team that broke up?
Maybe.
Yeah, the demon in Roman. No tables.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, Amanda Jane, not a fan of the Niners.
Oh, okay. Are you a Vegas Raiders fan, or you just say fuck football because everybody left the Bay like they're supposed to?
I'm a Pat McAfee fan, so I love football.
Nice. I missed the table spot looking at the chat. Son of a bitch.
Yeah, it was a table spot. Oh, right up his ass. Finn Balor taking a wad of tights right up his own asshole. Amanda Jane, I hope you're watching that. Oh, they replayed it too. All cheek.
Couple different angles.
All different angles of the cheek.
cheek.
We're not even going to get a response from Amanda. She's just going to pass out right now. Someone fan off Amanda if anyone can find her.
Amanda should have a PWT shop, and the T-shirt says, "I like dude butts."
Yeah, dude butts. Dude butts 316.
Amanda, you are correct. Them A's are leaving too. Sorry to hear that.
Oh, there goes again. Another shot of the
Look at
butthole.
that fin cheek.
Oof. Just some casual demon butt shots for Amanda, says Jeremy.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Oh, what's this? Finn Balor butt? No big deal. Want to see it again? I guess why not? No particular reason. 2 more replays? No reason. A Jarrett parody shirt says, "Listen up, dude butts." That's actually a good one.
Yeah, nice. Whole new meaning with slap nuts.
Yeah.
I've always loved Roman's punch.
I've not always loved the Superman punch, but his regular punch, yes.
Yeah. The working punch, as they call it.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
like
That
underhook
uppercut,
sort of.
that slinging. Yeah, absolutely. Love it. Always a big fan of it. Oh shit! I thought he had some peeling of the demon paint, but it's splattered.
It's splatter, yeah.
Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah. Yeah, they did a great job with it.
It's Paul Heyman yelling at me.
He's saying you have to do this 365 all day, every day kind of a deal.
God, Roman's a big dude. Jesus.
So dope. Oh. And Miss Amanda Jane says, "To be fair, Balor has an okay butt." Yeah, but if you're seeing half of it, it makes it better. We saw a lot of Balor butt, producer lady.
Woo!
Yeah, we're going to watch the replays.
Man, I must have loved it.
Yep, that's what I'm saying.
Dude, butt 316.
Oof. Oh, hell of a spear. Full running
Yeah,
spear,
nice.
too. Such a good job on that.
Nice.
Oh, the low blow move.
Oh,
Balor did the old low blow for Roman.
Story.
He blowed him low.
No.
What?
No.
Yeah,
That's not how you say that.
that's how you say it. Low blow, blow him low. What's the difference? He says he's going to smash him, then he blows him low.
Okay.
No, he stacks them.
Yeah, he stacks him and smashes him.
Oh.
If there's more than one, you know? He'll fold him in half or something, you know?
All right.
What?
Well, Dad.
She says it's MDK light. What if he does the coup de grace, but to his fucking junk and calls it like the coup de cras?
Oh.
You
Doesn't sound good.
know what I mean?
No.
I hear you.
No.
I think because he's Irish, though, you call it the
Oh,
potato masher, and it sounds
Yep.
better.
Potato masher. Yeah. The potato famine, they call it.
Extreme Rules, baby.
Oh, Extreme Rules, Usos, double stomp to the butt, Poo d'etat.
Poo d'etat, nice.
Yeah, Rad Gnarly.
Was that you? Rad Gnarly?
No, it was Rad
Shouts?
Gnarly.
Yeah. Shouts. That's a good one. It was right there, too. We missed it. We're thinking front side. He flips him over, and we're talking about fin butts. Come on, man.
Yeah. Dude Butt City.
Right there.
Dude Butt City. I don't like the placement of that table. That seems too close to those fucking steps. But what do I know?
Well, it depends on where they're coming from. I love that the Bloodline's so mad at the kendo stick that he built.
Yeah, they just throw it.
Roman threw it. Fucking Jay threw it. Or Jimmy. Which one are you?
Does Balor know nobody? Imagine if Cena comes out and just beats up the Usos and lets Finn go back in.
Yeah, it'd be great.
You know what I mean? Like, tries to make it right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Ugh.
I mean, he does owe. Cena does owe Finn because Cena took his. Oh,
That one looked good.
Oh, that was great. That was better than the one in the ring. I thought he went a little high on the one in the ring. I mean, he always does.
Yeah.
Goes more sternum than belly, but that one, fuck, everyone's laid out.
Oh, yeah, it was a bit high, but works.
Yeah.
Miss Jane says, producer lady, he has a muscular butt. But, too much. We may be seeing too much butt.
Oh.
Well, I don't know. It's a bit weird thing to hear from Amanda.
It is.
Right. And then she puts her monocle on to make sure she can see more. I don't understand.
What the fuck was that? Oh, shit. What the fuck is this? This is weird.
Oh.
His butt's hanging out, too.
His butt's still out.
Demon.
Wait, what the fuck is this?
Demon.
That's funny. That's a bit goofy, but I'm okay with it.
He's a weed plant?
Yeah, he's like a weed plant. Oh, look at
gets
smoke's
strength
coming up
from
from the
infrared
ring. All right. He has fiend powers now, Rad Gnarly says.
Yeah, it's an interesting color choice.
Cool.
It's definitely something different. We haven't seen Fiend like this. Oh, that was a great table spot. That was fantastic.
Sure was. He should coup de grace from the fucking LED post.
It is a little weird that we're hearing his music during the like we're just straight up
He got
hearing
his
his music
playing right now?
It's his music is playing right now.
What's Paul Heyman doing?
I will say though, this fucking lends a lot of credence to the possibility of Finn winning. Oh
Yeah.
shit! The fucking turnbuckle collapsed.
Oh.
It's on purpose.
Like, yeah, but
That was nuts.
Aw. Aw.
That was
fuck.
nuts. Oh, folded him.
Fuck.
Wow. One of them busted. One's in the middle of the ring. And it wasn't the one he was standing on.
Yeah.
I tell you what, minus needing the explanation on the turnbuckle, that was awesome.
Oh, it was a crazy fucking match. Rad Gnarly says he can resurrect on the floor, but that turnbuckle is deadly. Rad Gnarly, you watch wrestling. You know there's nothing more deadly than tables and top turnbuckles.
Well, what happened when the turnbuckle fell? The red light went away.
Yeah.
He got
that's good.
resurrected from the red light.
Yeah, the red light was what did it.
Yeah.
Brett's rope is deadlier. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Roman's like, what happened?
Very interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of like you said. It was hard to figure out how we got here and how we get out of here.
Yeah.
It's definitely a really unique take to go for it. Jeremy says that was way too cheesy for me, for my liking. I get there had to be some sort of fuckery to pin the demon, but still, it's a little weird to like have a turnbuckle collapse under a dude's foot.
Yeah. Well, all four of them did. That's what made it weird to me. You know.
Yeah. Right now, he says, didn't have equipment failure on my bingo card.
That's
Said,
true.
look at that.
It's true. I mean, what's more extreme? Turn the volume up real quick. Is anything happening?
Amanda Jane thinks that this is up there with exploding barbed wire.
Stop it. Stop it.
Well, yeah, well, no one passed out being scared to death, so.
And it wasn't a exploding turnbuckle match.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't the point of having the match.
No. You don't have Paul Heyman screaming duck and cover.
Yeah.
Right now, he said this happened exactly as they wanted it to. That's also a good point. That's what they were going for.
Yeah. Confusion.
Well, for the collapse to happen. He says it's just what they were going for versus the exploding barbed wire was not what they were hoping to happen.
Absolutely. Yeah, yeah.
That was a
For sure.
multiple malfunction.
Yeah. Oh, that was it, huh?
Why is
All
Heyman
right.
holding the
And
title upside down?
He
just
sure
doesn't
is.
realize? He just doesn't realize it, or what?
Does he want the Miz to come back?
Yeah, he's talking about the mid. Well, it is Ohio.
That would be great if it was a troll.
Yeah.
But it definitely seems like. Well, there we have it. I can't imagine many people feel differently than we do right now. We're kind of indifferent, but yeah, I mean, solid match. How do you get out of it? And that's what they did. I don't think that's how WWE wants you to feel at the end of a pay-per-view, but I did see some people on Twitter talking shit how there's really no hype for the pay-per-view. And I think it lived up to its perfect version of Raw. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I think all the matches were done well. I think a few of the finishes left people a little confused. Like, oh.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
oh. Just Knife says maybe Paul Heyman loosened it during the brawl in the crowd. Wouldn't that be funny? You look over there and there's Paul Heyman with a fucking wrench.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. When Paul Heyman came around the side that Finn Balor was on, while Finn goes up to the top rope and Paul Heyman goes around the post and he's now in camera view. I said it out loud. What is Paul Heyman doing? If they showed him reach up and do something, then it would make more sense. But I'm not. That's where the disconnect is for me.
Yeah, because I mean it's like Rad Gnarly said, equipment failure wasn't on my bingo card. There is something that's a little bit weird where it's like the whole finish is reliant on a malfunction of a guy to be standing on the right thing at the right time, kind of, you know what I mean? Like for it to fail. Yeah. It's not even like when they do the exploding rings, like, and I don't mean like the AEW exploding ring, but like when they've had like Brock and Big Show where the ring collapses underneath them. Like that's a little bit different. Or even SummerSlam when Roman won, it's just like, oh, just too much weight in the whole thing. This was just like, no, it just kind of goes out and then that's kind of it. Like it was just a little bit of wait, what? Like with no tampering at all, like no weight to make sense. It wasn't Braun Strowman standing on the top. It was Finn. Finn. You know what I mean?
Right. And
it wasn't like they did a whole lot of moves on the top or to the turnbuckle that could make you go, oh, the rope got loosened or some shit. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
it's a little weird. We'll see. Rad Gnarly just said that too. To be fair, we can't expect professional wrestling ring to be able to support the weight of a tiny Irishman. That's what I mean. Like, it was just kind of a weird failure to happen at a weird time. That was just kind of like they said, you had to have some sort of fuck finish to get out of this. But that was just a little bit of a weird one. It almost would have been better if the Usos just got the best of them.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, it's going to take Finn Balor to sell the knee. I mean, the Demon's knee is hurt too. That was kind of the point. I tell you, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm disappointed. I get it. I enjoyed what I saw. But the fact that there's a pay-per-view main event with a wonky finish and a definitive win, because it's not like he pulled the tights or, the Usos thing where they're pushing the back on the roll up. I mean, this is a spear 1, 2, 3. After we need to know what happened to the ropes, or that sucks. It sucks.
Yeah, Justin Time says, just sucks the Demon had to take a loss. I agree with that. And this is a really good one, too, from Red Gnarly. I always give them points for doing something new, but sometimes less is more. 100%. While we were watching, I was like, this is definitely different. This is definitely new. This is definitely something. I think if I was in the crowd, too, I would have been losing my shit when the place goes red and starts playing ballad music. I'd go, oh, my God. They're making a case for why the Demon can beat Roman, because he's been able to dig this far deep, kind of a deal. But then when the turnbuckle breaks and it's just like everything falls apart, you just go, oh. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
You have to get those moments where it's like he can pull this off. Like, when you had Rumble and I was in the crowd and Balor hits Brock up against the corner of the table and then Brock starts selling the side like crazy, you go, oh, shit. Finn might do this. Like, they might give it to Finn by giving Brock such a discernible injury that it's possible. This was one where it's like, oh, they've created a sort of supernatural environment that allows the Demon to beat someone like Roman without undermining Roman. And then he goes, well, but also he can slip a banana peel, and then that's that. And you go, oh, well.
Right.
I guess the banana peel tactic's the one that did it. So, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I don't know. I don't have much else on it. I mean, like I said, I think the overall pay-per-view, like you said, the finishes may have left a little something to desire, but overall it was fine. I do think it, like I said, it just felt like a perfect version of Raw where there was no real missteps or anything, just quality content.
Yeah. Yeah, it was fun. It was definitely fun to watch. It was definitely fun to have a drink with everybody and hang out. Bishop, if people want to hear more about your terrible wrestling takes and the awful opinions that you have, where can they find you?
Yes, sir. Thank you much. TWTakesPodcast.com. TWTakesPodcast.com/TWTs for the dopest merch, fastest shipping merch, most affordable merch in the podcast game. Terrible Wrestling Takes is the theme of the show. It's not just my takes. It's your takes. It's everyone's takes. It's just a matter of having the conversation. Whether we see things the same way, differently, we can have a terrible or not so terrible wrestling take on it, just based on just having the conversation. So I appreciate you having me on, hosting this watch along. Maybe one day I'll get my streaming situation resettled and I'll host it. But once more, I should say. But no, pleasure, man. TWTakesPodcast.com for all audio platforms. Anywhere you want to find me, I'm there. And if you don't find me on your platform, let me know. I'll put it there.
When I think about it too, when that red light kicked on, it really seemed like Finn Balor got this boost of energy. Like a crazy amount of energy. Almost like he had a cup of Flow State coffee, which gives you better energy and for your creativity and mood enhancing. Guys, if you want to get your own cup of Flow State coffee, go to newwave.co, NOOWAVE.co, and use promo code CHEERS to get an additional 10% off any ongoing sales. That's right, better focus, energy, and mood, which, if you ask me, is really what that red light was all about. But get your blue bag of coffee at newwave.co. Guys, this has been a really fun buyback, an enjoyable drink with some friends, your drinking buddies, here in the dive bar of the IWC. We will be back Wednesday night for a brand new episode 1, right here in the dive bar of the IWC. Guys, that's the last call.
Cheers.